Hello, Internet, and welcome to Ward 47. We're here to play Parslings. Woo! Thanks for joining us again today for yet another GGK stream. If you missed us earlier playing D&D in our Strixhaven game that Van runs, welcome. And if you were here, welcome back. So we're going to be jumping right into what could be the semi-finale. Could be the finale depending on what y'all do. We're in the end. We are at the end game for this. We are in our finale, in the finale zone. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what these people are gonna do, so I don't know how long it's all gonna go on for our season one. Obviously, we're gonna be continuing to play Parslings after this and continuing uninterrupted into our season two. But I just like to make things dramatic. So I'm calling this the end of season one. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We will recap and talk everything that is going on in a moment. But before we get started, talk about announcements, things going on the channel right now. If you are joining us live, our next streamed game is going to be on Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be playing Red Jenny, our Dragon Age TTRPG. And I run that one as well. We have a bunch of other shows that we do throughout the week. If you want to know all the other systems that we run, games we're playing, you can look below our faces where there's a full lineup, full schedule of everything we have going on right now. And you can check all those out and come join us for shows that it sounds like you might like. If you want to see anything that we've done in the past, head over to our YouTube page. There's a link below our faces, and you can see all of the shows that we've been doing for the last 6 years. I have no idea how long it's been at this point, but it's got to be getting up there. But yeah, there's tons of stuff for you to watch and enjoy, whatever you wish to do. That is it. Nothing really out of the ordinary, as we're settling back into our schedule. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my lovely players here introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they're playing tonight. Starting with Van.
Hello, that's me. I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Savvy Seaworth, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. I'm on Hive Social, I'm on Instagram, but mostly I am here on Twitch. I am here on game nights, Thursdays through Mondays, either playing in games or running them. Like Val mentioned, I run the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. You can come hang out with us. We're about to have the whole cast back together to start season 2, season 1A, and then season 2. I'm very excited about it. That's gonna be happening here in just like 2 weeks, so get ready. And then I play in a number of other games on this channel, including this one. And then you can also find me Sunday nights on twitch.tv/lbhackemup playing Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight, I am playing Aiden Kuto Rose, who is a well-meaning himbo who loves all things art. And that's the first time I've ever done that without looking at my sheet. It's in there for life.
I think that means that's me next. Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and you can catch me at RJ's282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. Oh, also Hive. I keep forgetting about Hive. It's because I'm such a busy bee. Ha ha ha. You can catch me Mondays or at the Indoor Adventures, where we're doing a D&D 5e homebrew campaign. Wednesdays, running my own homebrew campaign over at the Hype Goblins, where it's a Humblewood setting, and Fae are bugs. It's fun. Trust me. There's cordyceps involved that are also controlling the Fae. It's great. Saturday's here, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Thursdays here as well. For Elegant Creatures, I play Gus. He's having a time. He's getting visions now. That's neat. And tomorrow, Sunday at 10 a.m., we're doing a one-shot where we're fighting the fuck out of Tiamat. It'll be great. I'm playing a Tortle who's also a Rune Knight, and he's Kai, the Iron Fortress. It'll be great. He talks in third person. Stand behind Kai. You'll be fine. But today I'm playing Yuri. He is a He's literally raised by wolves and also maybe a child soldier. We're not sure yet.
God, I hope not. And I'm up next. Hey, I'm Sid. You can find me on the Twitters and the Hive socials and even the Instagrams at Greek Sid. I am here Thursdays through Mondays. I'm also playing in some of the awesome games I already mentioned. I do run our game of Monster of the Week on Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, we're in our final mystery. So come check it out. Today I will be playing Amaris Brennan. Amaris, well, gosh darn it, she's just an observant, cynical wallflower with a eye for technology and a love of poetry.
Hey everybody, Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things in the Indoor Adventures stream. You can also find me on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there, and you can see my schedule and all the games that I'm in. Today I'm going to be playing as Mori, who is a faceless career man with a dream. DanaeKeener.com.
DanaeKeener.com.
Beat me.
Hi, everybody. I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crowd, lurking around the internet. I run or play and run games on this channel from Thursdays to Mondays. I already talked about both the games that I run, and then I'm also over on LB Hackman's channel, along with Van on Sundays, playing in Playthings of the God, playing some D&D. Y'all ready to get started? I'm very concerned about how all this is going to turn out, so let me just go ahead and recap. Previously on Ward 47, after a climactic battle attempting to save Aiden's mother from an incoherent attack, a very injured Roy arrived at the Rose Manor to fill you in on what was going on down at Sinocorp. Apparently, the project subtext members had been recalled to headquarters prior to the attacks, the incursions breaking out throughout the city, in which Incoherence and Lingua had begun attacking the populace, and were ordered to not intervene, only contain the threats. Roy, admittedly, disquieted by the orders and concerned, attempted a little bit of snooping, was able to access some encrypted research by Dr. Kalis, currently acting CEO of Sinocorp, and confirmed a project that was ongoing, or that Kalis had been keeping quiet, called Project Insight. It seemed that the goal of this project was to create a device capable of controlling Incoherence and Lingua. And through some snooping and hacking later on, you did learn yourselves that this Project Insight ultimately, or the ultimate goal, was to launch a satellite to utilize this technology across the globe, along with some military funding and other black market shit. Roy very much implored all of you to help despite his injured state, and to help free Sinocorp and Sinnoh City from Kalis's plans. You decided, the four of you decided your best way to thwart the machinations of Sinocorp and Kalis was to put on a bit of a show, to create a broadcast which you would send out to all electronics within the city, for the purpose of informing the populace as to what was going on, and that Sinocorp did not have their best interests at heart. You did so through the use of a very powerful parse utilized to create a device which Amaris could use to essentially hack into any computer anywhere and upload whatever it is you needed. This is how you gain the rest of the information on Project Insight, as well as uploading the video that Crystal, as well as Mori, contributed to, and issued a warning for all people of Sinocorp, Mori especially issuing a warning for Kalis under his assumed identity, Memento. Around this time, having sensed a very powerful parse being conducted here, Grim, the incoherent that you had met alongside Ego previously, arrived with a newcomer, another incoherent named Mag, who was rather chatty. Luckily, you had some good draws and were able to avoid any sort of conflict and got them to talk a little bit about what was
Luckily,
going on.
we had Dad. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, your dad stepped in and kept a fight from happening. You're able to talk them down and have them explain a little bit more about who they are and what their involvement is and everything going on. And they did confirm that they are not part of Sinocorp. That they are their little group is referred to, or they refer to themselves as Revelations. And the four, Ego, Grim, Mello, and Mag, all are essentially servants or acolytes of whatever word, I don't know if they use necessarily a term, of the collective. An entity which they didn't really explain any more than they had previously. They talked about not really wanting to get involved with what was going on with Sinnoh and not wanting you to get involved with what was going on at Sinocorp either, as they alluded to Ego has been working within Sinnoh and has some sort of plan in place. They agreed to leave you be as long as you did not interrupt or interfere with their with what was going on at Sinocorp any further. You do whatever you want within the city, protect the people, protect the parselings, but not to interfere with what Ego was up to. Of course, planning to ignore all of that, you let them go and came up with your plan after speaking with Evelyn to meet up back at the community center and plot out a siege, essentially, on Sinocorp. Yuri made a call to, or sent me to find Gilgamesh and enlist the powerful Lingua's aid. And the rest of you called some friends and family members, imploring them to hide or to make their way to the community center as well for safety. And unfortunately, Amaris, calling her mother, learned that she, as well as Amaris' sister, were stuck at Sinocorp and were potentially being watched. Well, you decided on what to do next, and we're heading back in Crystal's mag vehicle across the city. There was a trembling and a kind of, not really an explosion, but some sort of concussive force in the distance as a platform began to rise out of the water about a quarter mile outside of Sinocorp, outside of the bay, where the corporate headquarters of Sinocorp is located. And a rocket began to extend out of the water, seemingly preparing for launch. That is where we are going to pick up our session tonight. So we can pick up with reactions immediately following that last bit of information. I think you are all in the car and heading across town over the chaos and the commotion below, having just seen this threat looming in the distance.
What the fuck?
Ms. Rose, did you know that you had a rocket in your lake?
Is that a rocket in your lake? Are you happy to see me?
I think she moves over to the window and is looking outside and says, we've been working on some launches. We've done some in the past. We have our own satellite network, but we don't have any launches scheduled at any time soon.
I think they moved it up a little bit. We might not have 3 days. Can we get back? Back to the house? Can we get in range? Can I hoist the big fucking cube thing out of her bag? I don't know, I could try to at least...
That thing is... That's almost half a mile outside the city. Getting to my house isn't going to change the distance at all.
Okay.
It takes a certain amount of time to set up a launch like this, right? There's got to be some sort of emergency shutoff.
Everything would be controlled from the operations center in headquarters. That's where we controlled everything for the last launch. So, assuming that they're utilizing the same network and controls, that would be where they're at. There's a boot up process and a whole. There's a checklist a mile long of pre-launch procedures. So, I don't imagine they'll be able to launch anytime in the next few hours. But I wouldn't push it more than a day at this point.
Okay. We need to get to the community center. I mean, we're basically asking people to go on a suicide mission. But whoever would volunteer, we've got to sneak. We've got to sneak into the control center. We have to stop this.
Let's do it.
All right. So there's no other thoughts or conversations right now. Did you fill everybody in, Amaris, on what's going on with your mom as well too?
I think she wrote it on a piece of paper. I don't even think she can say it out loud right now.
Okay. So everybody's aware of everything at this point. You head over to you finally arrive in Ward 47, and I'm trying to remember. Actually, you might have already made it to the ward last time when you saw that. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I think I already described the ward a bit with less police presence, but maybe that was through something else. Anyway, you do confirm there are far less administration vehicles, drones in this area. The city itself, or the ward itself, is pretty quiet. You can see some signs of destruction, and there's some like broken fire extinguisher or fire what's the word I'm looking for? The fire hose. Hydrants, thank you. God. Some broken fire hydrants spraying water into the air, power lines being brought down, sparking across the ground. Some buildings that look like they have recently burnt out, and debris, vehicles, broken vehicles, trash littering the streets. There are some people out moving around the city in small groups for protection. And every once in a while, you'll see something moving, lurking in the distance. Big, small, in between, flying, crawling, slithering, incoherence, and lingua that seem to be collecting around the street. Though not necessarily mass panic right now, but you get the general feeling that people have hunkered down into their homes and dwellings and shops for protection. You arrive at the community center, which is still in one piece. However, you do see a couple of things that are different as you arrive, kind of coming to a stop out front. there are a couple other vehicles here that are parked around the parking lot in front of the community center. And to the side of the community center, something that you had never noticed before, there's a large section of the ground which looks like it was almost like pushed up or like burst through, and a big hole there with lots of scratch marks around it. And as you arrive and kind of come to a stop, you do see like something moving up out of the hole for a second, a few like little skittering arms and stuff, as Gary pulls himself out a little bit and then recognizes you as you get out of the car, and then just pulls himself back down.
Hey, Gare.
Just one tendril like waving and then ducking back. So it looks like the defense system has been activated for the and you can see signs of commotion out here. There are large swaths of the grass that have been like pulled away, revealing dirt underneath, impact craters around here, lots of kind of rubble and debris. But as the four of you head up to the community center, you can't. The front doors are unlocked for you, and Evelyn actually pushes the door open, and you all hear a sound that you've really never heard in the community center here, which is the sound of a lot of conversation, as it sounds like a small crowd inside are gathered and speaking. And as Evelyn pulls you in, closes the door behind you, you can see that there's probably close to like 80 people in here right now. Not most of them look like families. There are some children, some adults, everybody kind of like gathered around the community. So you can see in the back, like Locke's stuff, his little station, their station in the back, kind of pulled to the side, and Locke sort of fiddling with something, trying to ignore the large group of people that they want nothing to do with right now. And Evelyn says, "You seem like you made it here in one piece. I'm glad you're all right. Oh, this is Miss Rose. It's pleasure to meet you. My name is Evelyn." And Crystal says, "You call me Crystal. That's fine. It's nice to meet you as well." And they shake hands, and Evelyn turns back to the four of you and says, "Well, I assume that we need to come up with some sort of plan of action. I was just debriefing downstairs with the rest of our operatives. So if you want to come down and share what it is that you've learned, and we can come up with a plan."
Timetables might have moved up a little bit.
Oh, you're talking about the fucking rocket that just pulled out of the lake. Yes, the ocean. I saw that.
Okay.
We picked that up, and that's why we're kind of moving ahead with the plans that we talked about earlier.
Okay.
That was a surprise. I assume that wasn't your doing directly. Great.
No.
I imagine they accelerated the timetable with the announcement that we made, which is fine, obviously. Nothing we can do about it, trying to save lives. Anyway, come down and you can meet the rest of the crew, and you can decide what it is that and help me come up with some sort of plan, as you're probably the most well-informed people here. Miss Rose, I know you're not really officially a member of our little organization, but your knowledge would be invaluable here as well if you could join us. And she gives a nod. Says, "Of course, anything I can do." All right, all of you, follow me. Come on. She leads you to the side entrance and down the stairwells to the retrofitted sort of like furnace center basement of the community center. And it's here. There are about like 24 people that are gathered down here. Tables have moved aside. People sitting in groups. All kind of gathered around talking. There are weapons being tended to and disassembled, reassembled. There are people outfitting themselves with body armor and other provisions, anything that they have. I mean, everybody is kitting up here for a fight. And Evelyn says, like there's a bit of quiet as Evelyn comes down and says, all right, all of you, listen up. We've got everyone back here, safe and sound now. I haven't had a chance to introduce everyone. I don't think we've had an official sort of meet and greet, as it were, given the nature of our business, but this is everyone that we could get here. And, well, this is everyone we have to fix whatever's going on out there. We're going to be coming up with a plan for our attack moving forward and trying to secure control of whatever it is that Sinocorp is up to. This is probably the best opportunity that we have and have had up to this point to actually changing things for the better, utilizing this chaos for our own advantage. So, come up with some plans. I've asked you all to nominate team leaders. We're going to be splitting up into all of you into 3 groups of 8. I'm going to need some volunteers from the groups, and we'll come up with a plan, as it would be. And a couple of you will stand up from the tables and come over to introduce themselves. And Evelyn moves to the side with the 3 of them and the 4 of you, as well as Crystal, for a little bit of a planning session. Yeah.
Oh, as these new people are approaching, just Yuri kind of scuttles behind Aiden and Amaris.
Evelyn says, oh, right. Yuri, Mori, Aiden, Amaris, and Crystal. This is Mirror, Dynamo, Boost. 3 of my best operatives in the ward. And you can see Mirror is all of them are pretty tactically kitted up at this point. Mirror is a pretty slight individual. She is wearing a brown like overcoat, trench coat almost, with a very like thick fabric hood pulled up. She has a few knives that she's been like kind of fitting in, and she gives you kind of a very half smile and a wave, as you can see some of her parse tattoos from her wrist up into her hand. Dynamo is a big kind of burly bruiser fella with long blonde hair, and which is sort of pulled back into a ponytail, kind of a closely cut beard. He also has a number of tattoos. I mean, everyone in this room probably is pretty tatted up at this point. And then Boost is a sort of middle-aged individual, non-binary. They have a like thick rimmed glasses, a med kit that is slung over their shoulder, and they're competing with Mori right now for office dad in appearance.
But if they got together, we would have office parents.
So Evelyn says, all right, well, I suppose deal me in. What do the 4 of you have in mind?
I mean, we kind of downloaded her already, so further download, and then Amaris just gets a little flustered and looks at someone else to talk, maybe.
If I kick it hard enough, it won't be a problem anymore.
All right.
Looks at someone else to talk.
I'm sure that is a possibility, probably a last effort. I don't know, out of character, like, what is our plan?
That is right
I
now
think
for the
it's-
Yeah,
deciding.
boy.
I thought it was to sneak into Sinocorp and try and kind
Get
of
to the
disable the
control.
launch
Yeah.
and take down Kylus.
I mean, if we can murderate Kylus in the meantime, awesome. But yeah, get into Sinnoh, get to the
In
control
past
room.
infiltration has worked out well for us. We've got kind of a time limit here, I'm assuming. So we're at this point, we're kind of winging it. We need to infiltrate the headquarters and try and find a shutoff switch.
Right. Well, I'm. The plan that we've come up with and that I was thinking was we have 24 parslings here. I've divided them up evenly amongst our 3 teams. Each one will be sort of focused on a different area. The plan was to essentially distract the admins outside as well as any of the drones that they have on patrol as well. Try to give you as much of an opening to get in as possible. But the 4 of you, I was considering or counting on to be our strike team in this situation.
Yep.
So, Dynamo will hit them hard with our the enhancers that we have for those specialized in enhancement parses. Mirror will help you get in with, I figured you sort of embed yourselves with Mirror's team and work on a way around, taking out any sort of defenses you need along the way. Boost and the rest of the sort of enchantment specialists will focus on, well, support. Yes, Yuri?
Well, with 24 parslings, couldn't we just get to the launch site and just say no with one big parse?
That sounds like a very bad idea.
That could easily turn into a run-on.
A bunch of smaller parses then.
There is sort of a distance thing. If we would need to get everyone there, and even still, I don't know what sort of defenses to expect outside of at the launch site. I have no way of getting everyone to the launch site, as it were, anyway.
Mm.
You would need a boat or helicopter of some kind.
Can Kitten Boost's team, they're holding their employees there, essentially as hostages. My mom and sister are in there.
Well,
The
our
admin-
Oh, go ahead.
The administration team's there too. They've been recalled.
Well, our number one priority right now is disabling the launch. I don't have a lot of resources to focus on hostage rescue right now.
I guess just make sure everyone knows it's not everybody in there is just don't go slaughter indiscriminately, I guess.
No, it's not really how we do things, right? And looks to the others and they all nod NPC-ishly. And says, no, we're not going to just kill everyone in the building, of course.
Amaris will give a description of her mother. She's one of the researchers there. If you're able to find her, she might be helpful in getting people in, getting people out.
All right.
And my sister is a doctor, so if you need help with anyone who's hurt.
They agree. But pass around the information and let everybody know. So everybody will be aware that there are innocents in the building and to be on the lookout for your family.
Okay, so we go with Mirror's group and we get to the control room.
Well, Mirror can get you into the building, but once they get you there, it's 4 of you. We'll have to find the control room from the inside. We'll keep any administrative. Most of admin is outside the building, it seems like, and around the city. So once we've have a foothold, the lower levels of the corporate offices, then we will turn our attention outside and make sure nobody comes in to interfere with you.
Okay.
So the faster you can get up, deal with your business, stop the launch from happening, and secure Kalis, the better. If we can secure the building, get, I suppose, Crystal back into your office and can call everybody off, then we can figure out next steps. But essentially what we're doing here is we're trying to take this building by force and holding it so that we can secure power over the city.
I don't like that phrasing, but okay.
Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. What we're doing here isn't legal. But we're going to take advantage of the situation so that we can fix everything that's going on here.
Pretty sure that's what the collective thinks they're doing too.
Well, you don't win a revolution by playing nice.
It sucks, Amaris, but honestly, if it's our group versus the collective, I much prefer the people we know.
Yeah.
As it stands now, the collective seems supportive in what Kalis is doing. So let's stop the rocket launch and then we can discuss the ethics afterwards.
Well, I will leave the 4 of you to deciding what you need to get up there. We'll go ahead and finish
Food.
making our plan and plan on executing within the next couple of hours. So whatever you need, supplies, materials, gear,
Food.
food, right? Whatever you need, take advantage of it. We only get one shot at this. Yes, Aiden.
Can we do like a James Bond style montage with Locke?
Okay. You want me to get Locke to put some gadgets together, and I'm sure Locke would appreciate that. They're a bit stressed out right now.
I want him
Yes,
to be included. And also,
right.
they have cool stuff.
Well, why don't you get upstairs and go talk to Locke and figure out what they can get you.
Can I have a Batman suit up sequence?
Oh, we
We
should
don't have any. We don't have any nipples on any of our armor, unfortunately.
We'll make sure your butt looks really good though.
Prudes.
You're just nodding his head as he starts moving up the stairs.
Okay. So, yeah, everyone's going to continue on getting the 3 teams here. And again, just to confirm, she's splitting up the 24 members into 3 teams, led by Mirror, Dynamo, and Boost. They're going to be your way in, past the bulk of the admin forces and any other incoherence or lingua that might be lurking around outside the building. Once you get in, everything's up to you. So you need to come up with a plan with how you're going to get up the building, what you're going to do with Kalis once you're up there, how you're going to stop the launch, all that stuff. So that would be some good planning for y'all to do. And of course, if there's anything you want to talk about with any NPCs that are here as well, you are welcome to do that. So,
I have a question.
yes.
Amaris still has we have the magic computer, right?
We have the cube. Yes.
Yes, you have the cube.
Can we get blueprints of the building?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Figure.
I feel like it's something Sinocorp probably doesn't have, like, detailed ones that are just publicly available, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'll say is there are general blueprints of the building. You've got your super hacking, so you can get maybe some little more detail. There are some other buildings that there are not, like, blueprints of anywhere. Like, it's not, like, rooms that are not labeled and things like that. It's not going to tell you what's on every floor.
But we could probably figure out, like, the general
Yeah.
vicinity.
We can ask your mom too.
Yeah, and Crystal can fill in some gaps, too.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I can do that. I will give you the rundown of the building layout whenever y'all are ready. If there's anything else you want to do first.
Amaris wants to pull Aiden aside real quick. Do you think Locke is ready for your memory thing?
I don't know. Maybe. They said it wouldn't take that long once we got the program.
Do you think that would be helpful?
I don't know how much I knew about headquarters. I mean, there's gotta be something in there, right? My mom is the CEO.
Would you be open to that? If not, it's totally fine.
I don't really think I have room to say no.
You always have a choice.
Yeah, it's just that sometimes the right answer is pretty clear. If it's gonna help and we can do that, then yeah.
Just wanted to ask.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him.
Okay.
Hopefully my brain doesn't melt.
I don't know if the temperatures would get that hot.
I hope not.
That's it.
Yes, I will take this question to the expert.
Okay. So you're gonna go talk to Locke. All right. Yeah. You find Locke. Again, because been kind of given their own areas, formed their little perimeter with their tables and all their gear in boxes, and kind of stacked up and form a wall around them as they're on their computer back there, and then fiddling with a few devices. Is everybody going to talk with Locke, or is it just Aiden right now?
Well, Yuri wants to set himself up with some equipment.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we gotta all get geared up.
Sure. We'll do Aiden first, and then we'll figure out gear for the rest of you. You find Locke there, though. Turn says, I think at first hears you first says, unless you've got anything important, I'm really super busy right now. And oh, Aiden.
Are you playing Minecraft?
No. All tabs out of the browser.
Okay. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, I'm just really trying to not focus on everything that's going on right now.
No, man, I get it.
You know, sometimes you need a little bit of escapism. I feel really bad about it, but it's kind of how I cope with things.
I don't think that's anything to feel bad about.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you're all doing okay. You all look a little roughed up, but
It's been a long day. We need some gear from you, but also, how did the work on the memory thing
oh,
go?
yeah, actually, I finished that up a little while ago. It's ready to go whenever you are, man.
How long do you think it'll take?
I mean, not long at all. I can't talk about, or I can't necessarily say what the side effects are going to be, but you know, you might have a little bit of dizziness for a while, maybe some mild hallucinations, but nothing too bad. Yeah, I mean, it should only take a couple minutes.
Can we do it now?
If you want, yeah. I mean, guess now's as good a time as any if, you know, all this is about to go to shit. Yeah, if you're up for it, I'll set you up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Let's at least get you some privacy. And moves to the back and starts like pushing some things around. There is a chair back here. It's kind of like a dentist chair. And
Just got extremely fallout.
yeah. Says once you sit down in this, it'll be more comfortable.
Do you want us to wait over there, or do you?
I mean, I don't really want you guys to see my head explode. Not that I don't trust you, but I don't.
We'll be right in the other room if you need us. And then Yuri goes back into a box.
Yuri climbs into a box.
Yeah, he's rooting around for stuff, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he's gonna sits inside of a box and
that's where my head went.
He went in the other room.
Sorry.
You sit down and Locke begins to hook you up to the machine. Essentially, it's a series of diodes that are taped on like around your head, and then a some sort of kind of visor helmet thing is gonna fit on you as well. And as he's fitting you for all of this, says, "All right, so like I said, this isn't like." Your experiences are going to be different. Like I can't really tell you everything that's going to happen, but from what I know about memory retrieval, is you're not going to get everything all at once. You're not going to remember everything right away. Some of it's going to take time. I mean, it's kind of the same way. Like you don't remember everything all the time anyway, right? You know, kind of like when you're remembering, you're going to get bits and pieces, important stuff, things that might be triggered by other stuff happening around you. So it's it's expected to come in waves. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool. Moves over to their computer, types up a few things. The device in your head begins to hum a bit. And Locke finishes up their program before executing it. Says, "You ready?"
As I'm gonna be.
All right. See you on the other side. And hits enter. And all of you watching, or any of you watching,
Can I go get Mrs. Rose?
yeah, I mean, we could say that she's with you.
Okay. I'll take her hand.
Okay. Hits the button, and Aiden at first, like, there's not much of a change. It's not like suddenly your eyes go on, you enter the matrix or anything like that. It's just kind of like subtle at first, and then there's this almost like spinning sensation, and you feel like you're having that bit of vertigo, and you find yourself needing to close your eyes, and as you do, you kind of get that like that sensation like just before you fall asleep, when you're not really dreaming but you're thinking about things and everything just kind of blurs together, and like reality and sort of your dream state are sort of on the cusp. That's where you're kind of living at right now, and the more you think of, like, you begin to have a thought about like you see
My first one.
Yep, the first one, and your head explodes. No, you have a thought, like you see Amaris sit next to your mother, and then you look at your mother, and she looks familiar, and then that connects to another thought where you remember like the that Christmas party, and memories around that, and memories of growing up, and those sort of begin to feed together very quickly, kind of blurry and not very clear. But as things begin to rush and you begin to feel this head rush, your awareness of the world around you becomes more and more distorted. I'm going to say, given everything that's going on, you also feel that something like, I mean, we've talked about before of that sensation of like knowing your parasite is like reacting to something. You feel that as well, because whatever's being stimulated in your brain, your parasite is directly connected to, and is being like sort of stimulated as well. Yeah. So everything is kind of, again, you feel that electricity. A series of very clear memories come to you in sequence. These ones you feel almost as if you are like reliving in that moment. And the first one is of you getting off of one of these hover vehicles and stepping out onto the quad of the newly re-established research station, and Dr. Els walks up to you with a big smile and shakes your hand and says, "Aiden, welcome. It's so great to have you here. Come on, let me show you your office." And then that flashes and kind of dissolves away. And the next one is you like standing in a hallway, and one of your fellow researchers is standing there like holding some papers and flipping through them and saying, I'm not sure about this, Aiden. It really doesn't add up. You should really talk to Dr. Els about it. I'm not sure where the discrepancy would be, but I'm sure they can figure it out. Hands it back to you and things begin to dissolve away. And there's you begin to feel this like nostalgic feel of unease, uncertainty of something's wrong, and in your mind you begin to remember you were you worked here. You were researching the parasite biology, genetics, and you were going through a series of samples that they had taken and were utilizing for some of this research. And well, the number of samples showing up, the sequence numbers on the samples that you had, didn't match what was in the lab. And you had begun to dug it. There's a series of you looking over some reports on a computer screen back in that research station in that central building on the second floor with all of the servers, and you were logged into that, and you were pulling up some old records, and you had there was a clearance issue as you were trying to access one of them, and it didn't let you in. And so you kind of look around a little bit and stop and back out, log out of your account, hit another account, Crystal Rose, password, as you begin to log into your mother's account. Something that you've done before, not a big deal. You have it. I mean, obviously nobody would like that, but I would say, I imagine Aiden may have done that once or twice to push some paper through.
Only for a very good reason.
And with her credentials, you're able to access this, and it's concerning because while the lab currently only holds 3 parasite samples, it looks like they've been receiving regular shipments from Sinocorp headquarters of biomedical materials, sequence numbers which do not match up to anything in the lab, and it's not really sure where these are going, but they're all being signed off for by Dr. Els. And you are concerned enough about this that that you approach Dr. You approach Dr. Els' superior to talk about it back at Sinocorp. And it's here that you have your first memory of Dr. Kalis. It's a large office befitting their station as chief of research here at Sinocorp. There's lots of documents, graphs showing research progress, data outputs. There's displays showing some of their most recent advancements. Dr. Kalis is currently sitting at their desk, and you just walk through the doors past their reception and have come in. And Dr. Kalis stands and says, Aiden, hi. Wasn't expecting you so soon. Please, come sit. This one we can play out a little bit.
Oh. Sure. Yeah, thanks.
God, you've grown up so much. I'm sorry, that's not really professional for me to say, obviously, but I've known you since you were, this tall. Jeez, you are huge now.
Thanks. That's on purpose.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that things are going as well right now with our department. Honestly, when your mom said that you were coming to work for research, I was over the moon. I wanted to have you stationed here, obviously, but I know you want to do your thing, and that's great. You want to make your mark and work your way up. So
maybe one of these days.
Yeah. I am sure you will be sitting in this desk in no time. So, can I get you anything? Anything to drink?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. They move around their desk and they sit down and sit back and say, "So, I know you went to talk about this in person. What's going on?"
Well, I have some concerns about something that's going on in well, I guess with our team at the facility. I think
Okay.
Aiden's probably printed out a copy of this report.
Sure. Yeah.
Redacted anything that's going to get him in trouble.
I mean, there probably wouldn't have been anything that
No,
you
any
need to
like,
redact, but
cause like this accessed from this account.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you probably left out anything I might have shown. This was your mom's access to your mom's account.
And we'll just give kind of like a cursory explanation.
So let me just understand what I'm looking at here. So you're saying that there are some shipments not lining up with our intake.
It's a lot, actually. A
Okay.
lot.
Have you talked to Dr. Els about this?
No. He's the one that's signing off on all the shipments, and the lack of
Yeah.
explanation to the team is concerning.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, with this quantity of biomedical materials being missing, I could see your
Completely
concern.
unaccounted for.
Right. Well, they closed the papers and set them down. Said, I see where you're coming from on this. You know, I've worked with Els for a long time, and he's getting a bit up there. Probably signed off on a few things, boxes being left in the wrong place, probably has half of it stacked up in his lab. So why don't we do this? I was actually planning on coming down for a sort of side inspection, I guess you could say, next week. And I'll talk to Els about this. And if you want to be there too, you are welcome to, but I can keep this between us if you'd like.
If it's not too much trouble,
I think
no, I'd like to
trouble
be
at
part
all.
of that conversation.
Yeah, no, we can. I'll definitely loop you in. We'll talk with him, figure out where the discrepancy is, where this material's ending up, and what's going on. Because more than anything, we want to make sure, even if there isn't anything insidious happening, we want to make sure that we're not misappropriating any resources. You know, these are expensive materials, so. Are you concerned about anything else?
I don't know. It just seems out of character for him.
Yeah. No, you're right, it does. But, you know, we all make mistakes. He's been doing this for a long time, so.
It's a lot of signatures to be a mistake.
Well, you know, we've changed our process recently, and with this changeover to working at the research station, maybe some wires got crossed and he's not filing the right forms.
Well, maybe while you're at the station, it might be good to have a meeting with the whole team as well, just to clarify some things and make sure we're all, following the same protocols and all on the same page.
Yeah, no, definitely, that's a great idea. Want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable with the process. Y'all are dealing with a lot of sensitive materials out there, and we want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable and secure in what they're doing.
Exactly.
Great. Well, anything else we need to chat about, or?
No, unless it's time to talk about my annual raise.
Give me a couple more months on that, but yeah, you're doing great work, Aiden, and honestly, I'm hoping we'll have you around here for a long time. But I know you'll probably be moving on to bigger and better things any day now. So
I don't know. We'll see.
They kind of step around the table and shake your hand as they're escorting you out of the offices. Is there anyone else I need to talk to about this? Anyone else on your team that you've brought this up with? I want to make sure that everybody's involved that I need to alleviate any concerns with.
I think if Aiden would have said anything to anybody else. Probably not.
I think that tracks.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, you have my number. If anything else comes up, just let me know.
Great. Thank you. Really.
Anytime, Aiden. and walks you out the door and gives you a friendly wave and a pat on the back as you
Shoots me in the leg.
as you leave. Yeah, he shoots you in the leg.
As he shoots you in the leg.
And then I turn around and I shoot him in the leg. And then in the background.
That's what you say, please.
please.
I think it's the boys theme that comes up. The bye. Got this feeling in my bones.
No, it's just a fever dream that Aiden has for a second. It's like, I have not been getting enough sleep.
The next thing you the memory fades and you have one last memory. And it's probably a few days later, and you're getting off of a long research shift, a long shift in the lab. You had a couple of reports come through and a few projects that you've been working on, and you are typing up your reports, and it is very late currently. And the you're probably the only person in the building currently. It is just that late at night. Everyone else is probably retired to the dorms for the evening. And you probably have a couple of mixed text messages from some of the other researchers at the station who are like Stacy or Kiki that are, asking, like, come on, have some drinks with us, like, stop working, we're gonna hang out. I think we finally got our Eduardo to agree to play Flip Cup with us, and typical.
Be there soon.
So they're all having a good time, but your work, or finishing up your work, is sort of interrupted for a moment as there's a beeping noise. You begin to at first it's so muffled through the glass of the research station that you don't really even hear it at first until you stop typing, and then you just hear this little like toot 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 of a security alarm going off.
Obviously, we're gonna go find out what that is.
You get up and you head out the door and from your lab into the hallway, and hear it's louder. It's toot 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 toot, and you can hear it coming from the lobby of the research building.
Go check it out, but there's probably some protocol of I'm supposed to notify someone this is happening. So I'll also do that.
Okay.
It's like a phone tree. I don't know. What science people have.
So I'd say there's probably that there is a direct line in the lobby. There's a little security station there that if something were to happen in the lab, you could call and it would go directly to Sinocorp headquarters, and you could file you could get security immediately.
Okay.
Calling that,
well,
and they
then
would
that's
send
two
someone
reasons
out.
to go to the lobby.
Yeah. So you head out towards the lobby, and as you come around the corner, you can see the everything seems fine here, except the door isn't closed all the way. The door to the lobby, it's one of those it's like a sliding glass door. Looks like there is a piece of rock or something that is stuck in the track that the door slides on, that kept it from closing all the way. And the door being left open eventually set off a security alert.
Dig that out. This is how you
I would say
get
not uncommon, something that happens once a month or so.
Aiden's gonna send out a group text to his coworkers to remind them to make sure the door closes all the way before they leave.
So you pull the rock out of the track, and it closes, and you're fine. Do you still make the security call, or are you just sending them a text?
I think because an alarm sounded, he probably is supposed to. So I think just makes the call to say hey, I want to report this in case anybody saw the alarm was going off. It's not a big deal, just something got stuck in the door and it got left open.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, I mean, you make the call. The security guard on the other end, seems fine. It says like, do you want us to send someone to check it out? You good?
I think it's fine. We probably just got stuck when everybody else left, so.
All right. Well, if you give us another call if you need us. Good
Thanks,
night,
Greg.
sir. You too, Aiden. So, and as
Of
you,
course, Aiden knows the security guard's name. He probably knows all their names.
He's probably the only one that follows the protocol that closely.
you turn and go to head into your back to your office, and it's at this point you notice something that you had missed before. In the corner of the room, there's a dark shape, and you watch in the sort of twilight as about like 15 feet away from you, outside of the sight of like any light coming in, you see a figure raise a hand towards you, and extended out from the hand, just for an instant, you see a muzzle of a suppressor, and the gun fires.
Oh my god!
And Aiden, everything goes black. You just feel this like pressure. It's not even pain. It's this pressure in your head, as something like hits you full on. You find yourself like you spin as it hits you, and then you black out, and you feel yourself like coming in and out of consciousness as like something is pulling you, something is dragging you across the floor, until finally you are dragged into one of these research rooms, and you see this darkened figure is like pulled you all the way back into here, and leaves you lying on the floor, and they walk to the back to the doorway, where they drag you into Ellis's research room, and head back to the doorway, and you hear a sound of a bit of conversation, and the figure says, "Yeah, it's done, sir. I'll send cleanup right away." Hangs up, and steps out the door, which closes behind them. And again, it's very quiet, and like you're coming in and out. You can feel the warmth of blood on the back of your head and running down your face. You can feel it pooling underneath you, and it is dark and still in Elsa's lab. And then you see something in the corner. You watch as on one of these on this research station, like on the corner of the desk, there's a containment canister, and it kind of shakes again, and it shakes just enough to fall off the edge of the desk. And when it hits the ground, there's a as the pressure releases inside. And in this state, as your consciousness is fading, you watch as an inky black substance begins to flow out of the canister and across the floor until it begins to mix with your blood pooling underneath you, and the world around you goes dark. And then you open your eyes, and there's Amaris and your mother, and I assume Yuri and Mori around somewhere.
Yuri's in a box. So.
Yuri's in a box.
Well, depending how long it's taken, Yuri has gotten Locke to help him out with something.
For all of you, about 30 seconds.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
He shot me.
What?
Ow.
Are you okay?
Kayla's tried to have me killed.
What?
Lab specimens. Ones that weren't on the books. They were getting shipped to the research facility, and Els was signing off on them, but they weren't going anywhere. They weren't showing up, and I found a discrepancy, and I thought maybe Els was behind it, so I took it to Kalis. And then the next time I was in the lab by myself, the alarm went off because the door was left open, and then someone shot me. And it saved my life.
Getting shot?
The parasite. That's the last thing I remember. It got out of its unit and it came to me. I don't even have a scar.
Shock. Just shock.
Crystal is very shocked too, and when she finally she speaks, she says, "I'm gonna kill him."
I do first.
Get in line.
Motherfucker shot me. In the face. Ugh. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I mean, your head is still ringing from having re-experienced the sensation of getting shot, but also from recovering a lot of your memories.
Just lays back in the chair.
There's like a clattering sound followed by like boot falls, and a metal bucket is placed on top of Aiden's chest.
Thank you.
Do you want like
Mori.
some water?
Mori
Oh.
meanders in with a number of like tactical vests and starts passing them out.
Locke hands
I mean-
you some pills.
I mean, now
What
that
is
we've
that?
established that guns are not off the table, it sounds like it'd be a good idea to suit up.
Aiden, you see the pills in that Locke is handing you.
Are
You know what they
Imperial
are.
tablets.
I would say you have a medical background. You immediately identify. These are mostly like prescription brand. I mean, it's like there's like a prescription strength like Tylenol, as well as a few like neural stabilizers, prevent like seizures, like anti-seizure meds. Some others that like suppress like hallucinations, things like that.
I don't think you're supposed to take all those at once.
I mean, I read the back of the labels. They seemed fine, but you're the doctor.
Do you have a prescription for all these?
No.
It's gonna take them anyway.
Should keep you upright, at least. All right. You're feeling good. That's it. You may need a few other treatments as we go, but that might be enough on its own. You let me know if you have any other side effects.
I'll let you know, but that was plenty. For today, anyway.
All right, well, let's get you kitted up.
while Aiden is recuperating. Yuri will tug on Amaris' sleeve real quick.
What's up?
Can you help me with something?
Yeah, sure. What do you need?
Leads her into a bathroom, and he'll ask her to help shave, like, cut off the ponytail that he has, cut his hair. Steps out. It's nicely quiffed in the front. I don't want it getting grabbed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
My head feels cold.
That'll happen. You're lucky I used to do Rose hair, or else that would be a fucking mess right now. It looks good.
Locke is at the table, has gotten a few boxes out. It's like, all right, tell me what you need.
Tack vest full of flashbangs.
No, RJ, you're supposed to say guns. Lots of
We
guns.
need lots of guns.
But my tack vest full of flashbangs.
Fine.
They can't parse if they're concussed all the time.
Jeez.
I mean, I manage okay.
Boo.
Lots
Okay,
of
well let's
guns.
talk about equipment. How do y'all want to load out? I'm not gonna give y'all
Gun.
I will give you the first thing that you want, and then we'll negotiate for anything after. So
I mean, serious body armor is probably not a bad idea at this point.
This feels like
Yeah.
negotiating with a fae.
First one's free, kids.
I give you the body armor, but what I don't tell you is cursed by ancient
It's made out of an
magics.
actual body.
yeah,
You have
pulls
body
it
armor, but
out.
it's made out of like a
Body
human
armor.
rib cage.
God, that's such a good idea for some armor in D&D. It looks
Yes.
like an exoskeleton.
Yes.
Body
armor.
Have you
Like
seen the
Chitin armors in
video?
Skyrim.
I love
Yeah.
honeyed magic items.
There's a video out there of like a guy in a plague doctor outfit, and he says, "Welcome to my unboxing video," and he digs into a grave.
Oh no!
That's awesome.
Okay. Mori still had some, right?
Yeah, he's still wearing it. But it's the like Kevlar like concealable armor.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, so here's
Um,
let's do some Blades in the Dark shit. So
Whoa.
one so a +1 body armor is gonna be concealable.
Yes.
That's gonna be a light load. The +2 is gonna be a like a medium load. Like that's probably nothing that's gonna like hinder you too much, but it's pretty obvious that you're in there to like lock and load. The most I will give you is a +3 body armor. That is like full riot gear.
Well, I
Amaris
think
would fall
Mori,
over. Yeah.
Mori's gonna go light. If only for the one purpose of if anybody's gonna talk their way out of anything, it's gonna be Mori, and he's not gonna be able to do that if he looks like he's kitted out for a fight.
Can you hide the medium one under a lab coat?
I will say the medium one could be hidden from a distance with something bigger like a coat or a jacket, but if you are up close like talking to somebody, it is gonna be pretty obvious that you are wearing some tactical gear underneath.
So in terms of payday, it's like concealment.
Yeah.
Full riot is like maxed out. Yeah, no, they're here for a fight.
Yeah. So 2 is gonna be like your I mean that's it's still a good amount of padding. Like that is the level of distance that somebody gets up close to you, they're gonna realize that you're wearing some body armor.
Inversely, what can I do to just maximize my damage output?
Maximize your damage output.
Sink that defense all the way down, get the offense all the way up, baby.
Well, it depends on what you want to go for. So, as far as weapons go, we can just talk about base equipment and what you're kind of looking to carry. So, Locke's got everything like, melee weapons, knives, throwing weapons, things like that. Has some explosives, grenades, some like claymores, or some
Dual wield
C4.
RPGs. Just have Yuri run in
Yeah.
there.
Jesus, fucking red faction, like.
It has some explosives, bows, crossbows, things like that. Also, but has a wide variety of pistols, shotguns, service rifles, which would cover everything from like assault rifles, battle rifles, sniper rifles. Probably not going to be the most useful in y'all's situations since you're going to be in a building. None of you are probably going to be able to carry any artillery. And then
Pretty strong.
and then submachine guns, machine guns. You could probably carry an LMG or something around easily. If you're carrying like an HMG, is going to be, I mean, that is, you will be lumbering your way through the.
Them
through
shit's
the
supposed to be
tower.
mounted, just to be clear.
Yeah, that was the saying. That will be you, like full on Master Chief, ripping the gun off the warthog and stumbling your way into the building.
I just called them Lot. Does Locke have just like one minigun that's like sitting on a pedestal in the back? Like,
yeah. No, it does have like the full like
If we mount that on a truck, we can make it technical.
yeah.
And all guns are still range based, yes?
Yeah, guns are ranged.
I'm really good with a gun, you guys.
I am also really good with the gun. It's
Yuri
just
picks up,
never
like-
come up.
Yeah.
Yuri picks up like 2 karambits and a couple of stun guns.
I'll give you some options too, as they are loaded outlined in the books as well. Locke does have for the SMGs, like does have some rubber ammo as well, or rubber bullets for that, as well as the shotguns. If you're looking for something non-lethal, but which I think a lot of the people here are kitting out with as well, not wanting to necessarily kill every person that they are fighting against, but prepared to pacify at least. So what's everybody want? What's your Christmas list?
+2 armor.
God, there are rules here for all the way up to like fighter planes, bombers, helicopters.
Holy
Does Locke have an AC-130 stashed away somewhere?
It's foldable. Huh?
Mori is taking Mori's taking the same weapons that he's had from the beginning, and it's a pistol and a taser.
Okay.
Never used them.
Yeah, essentially what I want everybody in fiction to pick the weapons that they're taking, and then we're going to talk about modifiers for those weapons, how good those weapons are here in a second.
Actually, for weapons, Yuri rummages through and pulls out 2 batons, and he'll use them like collie sticks.
Okay. Amaris and Aiden.
Keeping my bow. I never go anywhere without it.
Uh-huh.
+2 armor.
Because that's your special
my,
item.
My special bow.
Yeah.
Look at my special bow.
My bow!
My bow. Yeah, I think she'll probably just take a high caliber pistol or 2.
Okay.
Thigh holsters. Fuck yes. And then let's see. Keeping the bow if I actually want to fucking murder someone. Does he have any does Locke have any extra special arrows of any kind? Armor piercing,
Boxing glove
perhaps?
arrow?
like some
Looney Tune shit? No.
Yeah.
Explosive.
No, like Green Arrow or Hawkeye level, like I would say has some. What are some things that like hunters would have.
Broadheads.
There are probably some tracer arrows, which again, in hunting terms, isn't necessarily like, it's, well, in the future, I guess they might have something that they might actually have ones that have like GPS tracking on them. I was debating because normally it's like paint that would then rub off and you can follow the paint of whatever it is you shot. I will say would have tracer arrows that are like GPS tracking, given that this is the future. But yeah, it's nothing much crazier than that, I would say.
Hey, Val.
Load up on tracers. That's all I want. I want the
Okay.
+2, some pistols with rubber bullets, and the arrows if I mean to actually murderate someone.
Okay.
Can I level with you about an item?
Okay.
Belt of utility grenades, 3 or 5 charges, and when those charges are done, the grenades are out. And they could be like smoke, flashbangs.
Okay, wait. So you're saying the item would essentially be you have a charcuterie platter of grenades, and you get to choose which ones you want to use.
This is our
in an
flight
engagement.
grenade, starting from lightest to heaviest.
So like you want to pick grenades as your item, and then just say that like you've got 5 grenades to use. When they run out, then you're out of grenades, and you get to choose whether they're the like
Flashbangs or the smokes, essentially.
Okay. Or like what's just a regular grenade called?
Frag grenade.
High explosive HE frag.
Okay.
M23s, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with that. If you essentially pick grenades in like Power by the Apocalypse rules, if you pick grenades as your weapon, then yes, I will give you some leniency with what kind of grenades you are using in any sort of combat situation.
Cool.
Because again, there are no damage modifiers here. Like there are no like the weapons themselves don't have stats or anything other than the general modifier will give you on like your ranged versus melee roll.
Just a bunch of EMP grenades. I'm gonna run at that rocket and trigger all of them at once.
I will say grenades are probably still going to follow under the
Range rules? Yeah,
well,
sure.
actually, it says properties melee ranged, so you can use either one.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Well, because you have to have it's a Kobe or a Yeet.
Yeah. Okay. The Aiden, what are you feeling? The
I'm
dude.
gonna get some body armor, and then I think Aiden is gonna take a gun because that training's probably coming back. But his family is, how rich people do. I think he probably learned to shoot with like a hunting rifle, like a bolt action. So probably something like that.
Okay. So something like a service rifle then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can go with that. I am happy to oblige there. All right, so here's the deal that
And
I'm
then I
going to
have my
give
bow
y'all.
staff.
Yes, y'all still have the weapons that you had from before, which I think just generally having any piece of equipment gives you essentially a +1 to the thing that you would need to use to use that equipment for. So again, if you have your bow staff, if you have anything, it's just going to give you a +1. So that's just standard equipment. So as far as high quality, superior equipment, that's what we're gonna figure out right now. I think what we're gonna do. How do I do this? I was thinking about doing it and saying essentially you'll have 3 points to spend and you can divide that amongst your equipment however you like. You can have +1 body armor and +2 weapon,
Okay.
or +2 body armor and just a standard weapon, I think that feels the most fair. Yeah, let's do that.
Is saying that the ammunition is rubber, is that being a +1? Like what I already said, +2 armor and then just some pistols and some tracer rounds. Is that
I'm just saying that, yeah, what I'm saying is that law is giving y'all some rubber bullets so that if you're in a fight and you want to be like, hey, I'm not killing this person, I'm using rubber bullets, you are welcome to.
cool?
Yeah, no modifiers. That's purely going to be narrative because I want to give you all the option not to kill everyone.
Sweet.
That is my gift to you.
Okay. So I'll take the grenade belt and the +2 armor.
Okay. And then Aiden, you're doing +2 armor and the rifle.
Mhm.
All right. Mori's doing +1 and then I guess a +2 pistol.
Can I take a +2 medkit?
Oh yeah, yeah. Be happy to give you that instead.
Sport.
And Amaris,
+2 armor, just
and then regular the rest.
just regular pistols, and then can I get the tracer rounds too for the bow?
Yeah. No, I'd be fine with giving you those.
Okay.
Okay. Let me check if there's anything else. There are rules in here for weapons as far as I again, haven't really got into this. But the one, like, as far as ammo capacity and how that works with like reloading and shit like that, I would advise we can talk about that page 54. I don't really think I want to get too much into it, but if you have a weapon that does like burst fire, you get to increase your draw by 1. If you make a full auto attack, you increase your draw by 2. If you have weapons do that. I don't think any of you picked weapons that have burst or full auto though.
Nah.
Because Aiden, you were just doing like a single round hunting rifle, not like a battle rifle.
No, like a bolt action.
Okay, bolt action. Okay. So we won't worry about any of that then. So you all get kitted up. I think the call goes out amongst the forces here to start getting ready, preparing. So I do, if y'all want to make any sort of more concrete plan, you can, but I'm also fine to just kind of wing it. Oh, I was going to give you all the schematics of the building as
Yes.
well.
Can we eat while we're doing this?
Yeah, I can say y'all had a meal while you were doing this. So here's what I want to do. Let's go and take a break and give you all a chance to think about anything else you want to do, and then we can come back and initiate plan and kick some butt. Sound good?
Yee.
All right. That's what we will do. So, thank you everyone out there for watching. We are going to go ahead and take a brief break right now and rejuvenate ourselves. We advise that you do the same. Stretch, drink some water, whatever you want to do. And we'll see you back here in a few minutes. So stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We're going to be jumping right back into our game. So, doing a little bit of prep today for the final mission, which I was ready for. So I think the last thing y'all have geared up. Aiden has his memories restored. You've got equipment. Worry about a med kit. Does anybody still have wounds at this point? Is everyone all healed?
I still have
I'm
some.
full up.
How many do you have left, Aiden?
I think 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's the rule on it? You can only benefit from a
I don't know,
medical
dog.
check once per day. Just debating whether I was gonna heal y'all because you have access to it. That's not what I'm looking for. Checks. There we go. Medical treatment. Max 1 extended check per day. All right. Yeah, I think you're just rolling with those. That's fine. You got lots of health. That's your job, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you all the rundown, the layout of the building. Say y'all sit down, look that over. And if there's anything else y'all want to do, we can plan based on the information. Otherwise, then because the basic plan of attack here, unless y'all want to deviate from it, is you will be moving in on foot with the with Mirror's squad, and who will get you into the front of the building. Hopefully interacting with or dealing with as few administrators or defenses along the way. Then once you get in the building, it's up to you, but we'll be starting you on the bottom floor. So the bottom floor of Cinecorp is the lobby. It's just a very large, grand lobby there for the public, anyone coming into the building. Anything beyond the lobby does require key card access to move from one floor to another. And that there is a staircase as well that can be used for emergencies. Given the state of things, whether y'all use the elevators or the stairs, you have more control over your persons if you take the stairs. If you take the elevator, things could get nuttier. So that's one thing for you to consider. So bottom floor is the lobby. Floors 2 through 20 are the financial offices and corporate operations. Floors 21 through 30 are the legal offices. 31 through 50 are marketing and sales. 51 through 70 are research and development floors. Those floors are divided on 51 through 60 are tech, and 61 through 70 are medical. The 71 through 80 are administration, and that is ward administration, like enforcement, things like that. 81 through 85 are human resources. 86 through 90 are corporate offices, and then the top floor are the board offices and conference room.
Did someone get the bottom floors? Because I completely was spacing and only got 51 through the top floor.
I can
Sorry.
restate those if you want.
Wait, the 30
numbers
through 50
numbers
is-
started happening.
That's not
31.
That's marketing and
Yeah,
sales.
31 through 50 are marketing and sales.
Because my brain went,
If this
that's a
is-
fuck ton of sales offices.
If this is written down, can we get that?
Yeah, I can just do that if that's.
Oh, that would be wonderful. So I was like,
can
I
do
started
that.
hearing numbers and words, and my ADHD brain just went bah, and then it finally caught up with me around 50.
I
So
see how it is. Y'all don't pay attention to me. It's fine.
I'm
I just paid
trying.
too much attention to how many offices are devoted to marketing and sales is my problem.
Yeah,
Aiden,
there's total of.
I got shot in the face. Can I be excused?
Can I go home?
There's a total of 91 floors to the building. The top floor is big. It is like a big domed area. Like it is like a full like
Glass onion.
yeah, you could say that. I mean, it is a massive space up there, but yeah.
I mean, so we want to probably hit the research floors first, right?
Probably.
Unless you think they're like keeping the launch button in the fucking president's office.
No, the launch area for like the control rooms for the that's what I'm looking for the like rocket stuff, that would be in floors 51 to 60. So that would
That's
be
what I
what you
figured.
are. That would be what you're looking for there.
Okay, guys, that's a lot of stairs for some of us. Not me, personally, but for some of us.
He meant me.
Would you like guppies?
I mean, not that you're not like, super competent.
I'm a wet noodle. I completely own that.
You're
It's okay.
just so small.
I am small. I am small.
Wait, am I smart now? That was Savannah saying that.
Aiden, wait, am I smart now?
That's your character.
Do you
choice.
lose memory loss? Does he lose memory loss?
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot to.
Does that go away?
I forgot to say it. Yeah, you have solved your memory loss condition.
I solved your memory loss puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, again, I wanted
Say
to leave it
goodbye
kind of
the
up to your
scary
choice
face.
if you want to keep it, but I am perfectly fine with saying that this removes Aiden's perpetual memory loss.
Yeah, I think
issue.
the getting all of them back, I think, is a process, but
Yeah,
maybe
but your short-term memory has improved.
improved.
Yeah.
Oh man,
We can finally watch a movie and you
Bicycle.
can remember it.
I remember a couple of movies. I love this card though. Check out this fucking look at this shit.
That
Isn't it
face.
cool?
Oh,
It's very
It's not
cool.
focusing very good.
Let's see pretty well.
Well, it's a fucking cool card. That's why I picked this one. It's like, whoa, I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat your brain. I love it.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
awesome.
I'm gonna eat your brain. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna attack floor.
My name's Old Greg.
My name's old Greg. I'm gonna eat your brain.
You ever try to drink a Parsite?
Drink Bailey's out of a shoe. Alright. I'm done.
Kid, the nasty man can't also come here.
No.
He's
No,
not
that's
allowed
too
on-
much.
He's not allowed on stream. Remind me to tell you guys about the nasty man.
okay.
Chat, that goes for you too. Anybody who's in our Discord can ask me about the nasty man later.
Alright. So that's the plan. Mira gets us in. Lobby floor, and then we make our way up to floors 51 through 60 and start
When we get up
searching.
to 51,
Yeah.
we can either sweep the floors or we can try to find somebody who will tell us where to go.
It wouldn't make sense for y'all not to be able to know which room the launch controls are at, or which floor the launch controls are at, because Crystal already said that she knows about the launch, and they've done launches.
Oh
in the
shit, she
past,
did.
so,
That's right.
Yeah, I think she knows which floor it's on, and it's on floor. Ah, damn, I can't do 69.
I was
'cause that's
literally about
medical.
to say you can't. That's a
Aw.
different section.
Dang it.
Damn it.
Floor 420. Nice.
Yeah, no,
You
this
have
would
to
be floor.
ride the rocket up to get to 420.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We could ask our bear friend. He can get us up there.
I'll say
Game.
I'll say it is 57.
That sounds good. That sounds like a good strong number. Okay.
But that is their telemetry and rocket science division.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Okay.
I'll probably give you a couple more office locations too.
Would I know where my mom's office is?
Sorry, I'm typing stuff. Yeah, you would. Your mom's office is on 64. Which would be I guess that'd be medical research applications. And then Kalis's office, old office, would be on 69. Got it. And then the CEO's office would be in the corporate offices, would be on floor 90. Right below the boardroom.
Amaris, how much access does your mom have to the building?
Would I know that?
Yeah, I mean, she'd have access to the medical division. I think all employees have access to like HR and the like lower floors. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine she has access to the medical area, and then HR, and then some like the financial offices and stuff too.
Okay.
Just wondering if maybe she could leave her key card for us somewhere.
And I'm pretty sure they're already watching her.
Yeah, I don't want to put her in danger.
Yeah. I mean, if we can get in the building and I could get access to anything that's on any sort of internal server, I mean, I can use the cube and get us access.
Financial office it is. I just meant because those are closer to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of good things could be done with a lot of that money. I just thought. Okay.
That's our backdoor plan. If we can't get up to stop the actual physical launch,
You're just gonna heist their money.
We'll
Tank the
drain
entire
the house.
corporation. They can't even afford to send the rocket now.
That's what you do. You steal their money. They can't pay their power bill. Can't pay their power bill. Can't
Do
launch
you
the
know
rocket.
how much gas for a rocket costs?
$10.
What could it cost? $10?
What can a rocket cost? $10?
Okay.
All right,
There you
so
Y'all
what's our
are
step by
also.
step?
I want to know y'all are completely free to deviate from the plan of getting in with Mirror 2 if you have other ideas. That is
I
just
don't know. Somebody named Mirror that works with Evelyn just seemed really competent.
yeah. But I'm just saying, if y'all want to do something buck wild, please feel free to.
Can we ask Mirror what their plan is?
Yes.
Sure.
Hi, Mirror.
Yeah.
It's
You can
me,
do that.
Aiden.
Hi.
Look
Aiden.
at that. I met you once, and I remembered your name.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
around
mean,
me will tell you that's a pretty big deal.
In the background, everyone else goes,
their idea is Dynamo's team is going to be leading the initial assault.
She's the big distraction, right?
Yeah, kind of the distraction. Try to draw out as much as the administrators as possible. They have some vehicles that they're using for this effect, but the essentially Mir's going to be using this distraction and coming in through the parking garage around the side of the building to
Roy's
head up
thing.
to the lobby.
I completely forgot Roy's thing. Did Ego and them? They said they were gonna get Roy's medicine or whatever. But if we're about to fuck with corporate headquarters, I don't think they're gonna follow up on that bargain.
If we can get a team to get as much medicine as possible, maybe we can talk to some of the administrators to come to our side.
And you do know that that serum was kept by Kalis.
Motherfucker.
Because that was sort of hush hush off the books.
I think
Black
we might
Ops
just
kinda
have to
stuff.
do that ourselves.
Gotta get Kalis. Get the serums.
Save the world.
Save the world.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Y'all haven't met the cheerleader yet.
So we get in, get to one of the low-level offices that'll be easy to get into, get Amaris into the system, go up to the floors, botch the launch, go to the
Get
top,
Kalis.
either get Kalis or get Kalis's stuff. For Roy.
And then get the fuck out.
We could send Mirror off with their team, disrupt the power in the building. That could give us some time.
Yeah, that might disrupt it. Enough to get to it and fully shut it down.
Yeah, I mean that is an option. There is a the power facilities for Sinnoh City are coastal. They are sort of wave powered. There's a whole plant that is on the shoreline. Not, I'd say in the same ward. If that goes offline, then you have a couple of minutes until the backup power is restored through Sinnoh has its own backup generators. You'd probably have about 5 minutes until those generators came online. But those that I would say, yeah, while the power is offline for those 5 minutes, it does disable the locks along the in the building as far as like the external locks. For any of the floors, elevator obviously wouldn't be usable, but you could use the any of the doorways that head out to the stair landings.
That's a whole different plan, though, right?
That would be, yeah.
Thoughts? Pros, cons?
Unless we just wait and use that to buy us some time.
I mean, Mir says at that point, it's like, hey, if you're gonna do it at that point, why not just like take a helicopter and rappel into the building?
Can we do that?
That sounds fucking cool.
I was joking, but if y'all are crazy enough to do that, then go for it.
I think we should stick to the original plan.
Actually, Mirror, when you lock
Yes.
down the power, could you also lock down the garage so Kalis is, or any vent ways out so Kalis can't get out?
No. I mean, when the power goes out to the building, it will end the lockdown temporarily. It'll disable the lockdown and the security protocols until the power is restored.
Here's what we do. Keep the original plan. First things first, we get Amaris into the system. We figure out where Kalis is. And we revoke his door access. He can't get out. I'm sure you said something very nice to me, but I couldn't hear it.
I said that's brilliant.
Thanks. I'll have you guys know that before we started, I took a new augment, and it's the word brilliant. That's not a lie. It's on my sheet right now.
Can it, as Amaris says this, can this just appear on Aiden? Magic Girl transformation style?
Aiden spins in a circle.
Trap him in his own castle.
Yeah. Okay. Get in the lobby. Get in the system. Trap Kalis in here. Botch the rocket launch. And make our way to the sitting duck.
Why would we go back into Ward 47 to eat while we're already there?
Not that sitting duck. That would be Kalis because he's locked in.
Oh.
It's an expression.
God,
Got
there
it.
does have to be a Chinese food restaurant called the Sitting Duck.
It's a good name.
It's a really good name.
In the back, there's also like a gun store.
That's how they keep the food so cheap.
Hunted it myself.
I meant because they sell guns, but
Oh,
I like
yeah,
that
alright,
better.
yeah.
I like that better. Okay.
God, my brain just went stupid.
Let's do this.
There's a
Went.
competitor fish and chip shop called Fish in a Barrel that also sells guns.
And then when you ask him where the fish came from, he says, "Shot it myself."
We got there eventually, folks.
They teach dynamite fishing there.
You get free rolls if you find some birdshot in your fish.
Let's do this.
All right.
I want to do the mission.
Let's go.
Let's do the mission. All right. If y'all are sure, this is your last opportunity. Once you move beyond this point, you will be unable to save your game.
Quickly talks to all the NPCs and raises their heart levels all the way up and gets all the dating scenes before we leave.
Just hand Roy every necklace we can find.
Yes.
All right. You've loaded up. You all head outside. The other 3 teams loading up in their respective vehicles. You follow along with Mir's team. Evelyn is going along with Boost to help out with the support squad. I think Evelyn pulls you aside, Mori, for a bit, and says, "I just wanted to say good luck in there, but there's a good chance that you're probably going to run into your doppelganger along the way.
I thought of that, yeah.
Have you decided what you're going to do? If you find them or Tag or any of the others."
Either not run into them or talk my way out of it, I guess.
And if those options don't work?
Well, that's what the armor's for. It just sort of like clinks on his shirt.
Just don't put yourself at risk for the sake of trying to be diplomatic, right?
He nods. Trust me, that's the last thing on my mind right now.
Because I know that you feel a lot of guilt for what happened, but it's not your cross to bear.
Well,
You
it's
don't-
not yours either.
That's fair.
We'll figure it out together.
All right. Well, just keep me informed if you need any backup. My comm's open.
Let's get this over with.
All right. Just pats you on the shoulder. And heads out to her vehicle. Everybody loads up, and you all head in. I'm gonna change us to some action music. This one I'll go with. I think this is probably gonna be a little too.
Nah, we need amping up. Let's do this.
No, let's go with this one. All right. You load up in Mirror's vehicles. Let's say for 8 people plus the 4 of you, probably 4 vehicles that go tearing off through the city streets away from the town or the community center. You can see behind you, as all the vehicles go tearing off in the distance, the form of Gary once again kind of poking up from the hole in the ground, and almost giving a wave goodbye as you all go racing ahead to your final mission. The city streets are pretty empty, and you're following in a caravan behind Dynamo and Boost's vehicles. Dynamo has a bunch of like trucks that have been retrofitted with some what's the word, the cattle herders, like on the front of the
Cattle plow, essentially.
yeah
Damn.
on the front of the vehicles, and they go tearing towards the Ward 47 gates, where there are some administration vehicles parked, and you can hear some shouting in the distance, and then you just watch as a few of the admin vehicles go flipping away as they crash through the gates between the wards and go tearing off into the next one. All of you following behind as the admins try to recover, firing a few errant shots at your caravan, but ricocheting off of the reinforced vehicles. You continue to follow this line through the city streets, moving from Ward 47 down to Ward 45, and then to Ward 38, over to Ward 26, down to Ward 14, and then finally weaving over towards Central Ward, Ward 1. This area is much more heavily reinforced, and you see a heavy line of these like drones hovering through the air that have caught on to your caravans, and they come sweeping down towards your vehicles, firing shots in long strafing lines across the cars. Is there anything that you would all like to do from your vehicle?
I'm shooting off some arrows at these bitches.
All right. Make an attack.
I'd like to assist.
You can assist.
Alright. So that's gonna be... That's ranged... Finesse?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Alright. It's not great. It's not bad. I'm not gonna burn any of my... I got a couple diamonds, but I'm not gonna burn them. I don't really feel like time to be a nosy bitch really applies here, so I won't even try. But
I'm contributing 12 to your check before you make any
contributed
decisions.
more than I got.
Oh my God.
I got 11. So that's 23.
Oh my God. Okay. You pop up through the sunroof and bring up your bow, and I think Mori is what
24.
Mori is helping to like stabilize you underneath, grabbing on your legs so you don't go flying out the top, and you fire a shot at one of these both full Hawkeye mode as one of these drones comes strafing by. It that like snaps through the fiberglass plating of the outside of this drone, and you watch it kind of spark, and then fall and then crash to the ground, shattering into pieces. A few of the others have kind of gathered around the back of the caravan, begin to fire at some of the other vehicles. You watch as one of the vehicles towards the back, the tires are blown out by one of the drones, and it skids to a halt, but your caravan continues forward. And all of you feel something sort of strange at the same moment. This kind of like spark runs through all of you as you feel your parsite react, as all of you sense a parse come from ahead of you. and you can see Dynamo currently standing up like in the bed of the pickup truck, and sort of clasps their hands together, and you watch them. They have something in their hand, like some sort of spherical object that they pull back, and as they pull it back, you realize it looks like a volleyball almost, except it is glowing, and you see these words plastered across it, and the word across the volleyball in this like cartoonish font just says "boom," and they take it and they hurl it forward, and as it streaks through the air, it hits the gates at the back of or leading to this ward, and you see an equally cartoonish explosion form at the base, like in the atom bomb style cloud that blows.
Is it the Batman sound effects, like the meow?
Yeah, that leaves a big hole in the wall as just parses an entryway for all of you. This concussive blast staggers the admins for long enough for them to for your caravan to go streaking through into Central Ward. However, a number of the vehicles begin to recover and follow behind, some of the drones as well. Many of the other parselings, Babel operatives are firing on the drones as they're approaching, and you are keeping a pretty good pace forward. Shortly after this point, you hear something from the radio, Mir's voice giving the orders, and your third of the caravan splits off from the rest. You see Dynamo and Boost's caravans go forward straight towards the Sinocorp headquarters, while yours cuts and skirts off to the west, following some side streets and down some alleys, leading towards the parking garage. While you are following that direction, you begin to hear the sounds of gunfire and some explosions in the distance, that the distraction is in full swing. As you cut around following these side streets, you notice something else. The drones that had been following you have almost like entirely abated. They following the main caravan going forward. And this area of the town is pretty well abandoned. As you head back, like skidding back onto a main thoroughfare that leads to this parking garage, which is one of like the public accesses to the building. You're on this main 4-lane road leading to this 4-story parking structure in the distance, and it's here that you begin to hear a thrumming noise, and at first you glance out towards the harbor thinking that something else might be coming from that direction, or something is going on with the rocket, but there's no changes out that direction. Instead, from atop the parking garage, you watch as lifting up, similar to the one you had seen before that actually dropped the incoherent down into Crystal, into Miss Rose's Zen garden. You see one of these hovercrafts, and it goes it kind of streaks straight towards you, kind of whoosh, passing overhead before banking at a 180 and then beginning to follow up along back of you. And you watch as a few of the bay doors open, like these ramps open up on the sides, and a couple of figures lean out from the back, and they're wearing like full tactical gear. And you see a number of administrators that seem to have caught on to you, and you hear Mir over the radio saying, shit. I should have figured it wouldn't be that easy. We've got company. We need to split up. gives the markers for I think you've got 3 vehicles with you right now. She says 1 and 2 on me. We're gonna follow, try to shake them. 3, you swing by the parking structure and drop our payload off. Sorry, y'all, we're not gonna be able to carry on with you all the way up to the party doors, so you're gonna have to make it through the garage on your own.
Okay.
And the vehicles begin to cut off, and you watch as two of the 3 vehicles ahead of you pull off to the right, kind of heading back to the main group. And this hovercraft follows along behind them. Your driver, I think it's the 4 of you in the back, and then a driver and a passenger in the front, take you straight up to the entrance for the parking garage. You can see it currently has like the gates shut, and go like ram straight into the gate, which creates like, it causes it to bust open enough, and they come to a sudden and abrupt stop before popping open the doors and saying, "Good luck."
You too.
And the 4 of you file out. Let me switch to some moodier music for a second. As you, the vehicle reverses and tears off in the distance, as you begin to hear other hovercraft approaching, seem to have drawn the attention off of you. The 4 of you can make it into the parking garage relatively unscathed. And I believe you all have your equipment and stuff as well. Who's taking point? Is there a tactical fanning out or staying together?
Yuri's just pulling out the brass knuckles, crack, and you'll take point, just like holding by the door and waiting.
Okay.
Do you want me to scout ahead?
No, I thought we were just gonna breach and clear in, but sure.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Essentially what you're at right now, it's like a ramp leading downwards to the bottom level of this parking structure. And then you'll have to go on foot to the other side of the structure, where there's a staircase that'll lead up to the lobby entrance, like an interior door.
Amaris, can you hack in and see if they have cameras in the garage? Maybe we can spot people in there.
Look around. Is there I don't know if I have to hardline with the cube.
Yeah, trying to think. I think the system here is automated for the parking garage access. So I guess you could try to rewire it to wire into your data cube.
My brain went into Rainbow Six mode, so
droning out. You could do that. It's gonna take a bit of time.
I don't think we've got it.
Yeah, if you're trying to move quick, then that's
Yeah.
probably not high on your priority list.
Yeah.
All right. So just skulking forward or running through the parking garage. All right. You take off down the ramp, and you reach the first row of cars. It's pretty. I mean, it is quiet in here. There's nobody in here currently. All the there are a pretty significant amount of vehicles parked in this lower level. It is basically abandoned. It doesn't look like it looks like as soon as the city went on lockdown, all these vehicles were for employees, and they're all still stuck in the building. So, as you head forward, though, Amaris, you've got your special eyes.
Yes.
You notice something that is sort of above some of this row of cars. You kind of like, it's like a trick of the light that you catch at first. and it looks like a large piece of string or something that seems to be kind of attached to one of the light fixtures and then kind of slumped down. And, like at first you think it's like a wire or something that's come loose, and that's kind of weird because it's a very nice parking garage. But the more you look at it, the more you realize that it looks like, you know, thread or line or something.
Hold on. You see that?
Loose wires.
I don't think it's wire. Can we kind of carefully look around and see if we can find the source of it? Like where it leads to?
Sure. If somebody wants to do a pull for let's see. That'd probably be insight, perception.
I can do that. I've got my perceptive thingy too, so.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Okay. Well.
And I'm gonna. No, I'll wait.
That's ominous.
I was thinking of burning a point for perseverance, but I'll wait.
No, what I just rolled was ominous. You begin to head for like following that thread, and you can see it like again kind of wraps around one of the poles here, and then kind of across the floor. And you see the thread across the floor ahead of you, as you're about like halfway through this parking garage at this point, and as you're moving up to approach it, you feel a tug on the bottom of on like the sole of your shoe as it is stuck to the ground. And in that moment, the light glistens and you can see an interwoven like circle of threads underneath you. In this like again this big circle, and you know like Charlotte's Web where it like has the writing through it, it's sort of stitched in like in the writing of the webbing, and it just says trap, and the the other three of you watch as then protruding out of the webbing around Amaris, you see three long spider-like legs that reach up to grab her.
Shove.
She is stuck to the ground.
Can I shove her out of her boots?
Well, we're gonna do initiative.
Oh boy.
For initiative, we draw one card, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes, you do.
I was also reading. I read something.
Ooh.
The reason I said ominous is I rolled the like stealth check and I rolled 3 6s.
Well, you know, that's a lot better than hitting us with that. So I pulled we'll throw ourselves at anything.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
You like the song, man?
I turn it up for a second.
Yuri's initiative is a 10.
All right.
I've gotten 11.
Okay.
I've also got an 11.
Okay.
I've also got a 10.
Okay.
We're so ready.
The good news is y'all are all going to be in the same initiative group. the bad news is it got a 15.
No.
Oh no.
So
Is initiative count as a check?
Yeah.
yes, but you put the card back when you're done with it.
Oh, you do?
Um,
Okay. That
yeah, you
answers
don't
my
have to
question.
draw it. Yeah. Okay. So Yuri, you're kind of lunging forward as suddenly exploding out of like a pit that has been dug straight into the concrete here.
Oh,
You
it's a trapdoor
see,
spider. Fuck.
you see a creature that looks like it's made of stone. But has these it has 8 spider-like, essentially the cross between a spider and a geodude, and
What a
has
horrible
a
thing to say.
That is
How
also a
dare
thing
you
with
take
too many
something
limbs.
I love and cross it with something I loathe?
but even more geodude than spider, as it doesn't has like a spider-like face, it has more of like a human-like face across the circular body. And the 8 spider-like pincers are just lashing around wildly as it grabs onto Amaris. But I think because it has you, Amaris, in this point in this trap, it takes one of these limbs and it just sweeps it out at, I'm gonna say Yuri because you were the closest trying to get to her. So I'm going to attack you. That's a 10. So you
I only lose 4. All right.
nice. All right, you take 4 wounds as it smacks you, but you do not get thrown. That is the end of the spider's turn. All of you. Y'all can just jump in if somebody has something they want to do, or if y'all want to move in combination.
I'm gonna shoot it.
I'm
like-
assisting.
Kick it in the face.
All right, Aiden, shoot it.
Never done this before. Ranged finesse? For gun?
Correct.
Okay, that's 5 for me. That's clubs?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh, Baba boy. I'm gonna eat a bunch of raw chicken and hope I get salmonella. Oh, Baba boy. I'm gonna make 2 robotic T-Rexes and hope they tear me apart. Oh, Baba boy.
Okay, this has to be from something I'm not aware of. You're not just making this up on the spot.
It's a video game donkey.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to find all my stuff again.
You're fine.
It's
all good.
Okay.
3, 4, 7. 2.
That's 8.
8. All right. Sheet back up. Jesus. All right. You fire your gun at the body of this spider geodude.
I forgot about my ice blast stuff.
Ice blast!
Isn't that
God, I
only
can't
on
wait till
melee
the
though?
next season when I can get rid
Literally
of it.
doesn't say.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't say.
fuck.
It's just like whatever.
Can I use
whatever.
that?
Well, you already shot it. Oh, you wanted to use that like on your
The
attack.
icy bullet. Yeah.
Buckshot of icicles.
Is what that's you get to add 3 to it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sure. I'll add 3 to that. So describe it to me then, if you're gonna use it.
Yeah, I think Aiden. Man, all the memories are coming back, and I think this is a lot of muscle memory for him too. But there's no way that his mom didn't like teach him how to skeet shoot or something. So yeah, I think he's just like, because he's been doing this for a bit now, and I think has maybe a little more control over the ice, and so there's just like kind of this layer of frost that like covers the gun for a second, and then kind of like coalesces around the barrel and catches the bullet on its way out.
Okay.
Freezes
Cool.
it over.
Yeah, and it hits the rock,
So that's 11.
and you watch as a chunk of it like the like it cracks as the bullet hits in, and then the ice begins to spread, forming into the cracks and separating them further, as a chunk of the body of this thing is just exploded off from the icy bullet. Very well done. Who wanted to go next?
I'm assisting Yuri
Okay.
with his kick. But something unprecedented has occurred.
Oh?
Oh.
I just got a grave failure on a teamwork check.
Oh.
Oh no.
Right? Hold on. So 3 or more of the same incorrect suit,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. That is what has occurred at this moment.
Yikes.
I only have 4 of this suit, and they all came out to play.
Yikes. Okay. We haven't had a grave failure in a while.
It's true.
All right.
Whoopsie.
Yuri, do your thing,
Okay.
and then I will adjudicate what happens to Mori.
I did not shuffle my deck properly, but here's the deal. I'm going to suppress my feral, so that goes back in my deck.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a point of potential on my diamond card
Okay.
to transfer my 6 of diamonds into a 6 of clubs. So
Okay.
6, 13, 16, 18, 19, 20. 25. 26 with the dagger.
Okay. For a big old kick.
I imagine it's like kick, the monster mouth comes open, Yuri stuffs a flashbang in there and pulls the pin.
So what was the total on that again? 26.
6,
Oof. Okay.
11, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. Yeah, 26.
Okay. Maury, how are you trying to assist?
I reckon he's done this kind of thing before, where he just sort of like leans over and offers his back as a kip up.
Okay.
Yuri kicks you into the web.
Yuri, yeah, well, so Yuri,
Like the webbing gets on my boots and I'm trying to kip up and I get stuck on Mori's back.
Here's what I'm thinking. Mori, you kind of crouch down near, in front of where this creature is, and Yuri comes rushing forward, springboards off of your back to go in and shove the grenade into this creature, which is sort of like suspending itself by a few of its legs. Shoves the grenade in. As Mori kicks off of your back, you weren't quite as braced as you thought you should be, and you go tumbling forward into the pit.
Like there's a hole, right? So
Yeah.
like the concrete just crumbles underneath him.
Yeah, you just kind of go tumbling forward into it, which isn't that bad on its own. I mean, it's about like a 6-7 foot drop. I mean, is painful as you kind of tumble to the bottom. Then the creature above you explodes. No, it's not his turn. But that killed it. And it
Chunks of
explodes as a boulder's worth of rubble and rock come crashing down on top of Mori, burying him under the in this pit.
You can't critical success attack rolls, right?
I don't see why you couldn't.
Okay, because that transfer of a 6 of diamonds to a clubs would have made that a critical success.
Well, either way, I mean, you killed it. You kill it even better if you want to do that, but it's dead.
Cards give it, take it
I
away.
guess if you want the script, you could spend it and turn it into a crit success.
Yuri lands, checks on Amaris, turns to Mori with a thanks, Mori.
I'm gonna pull him out of the pit. Mori, I got you.
Okay, you crouch down and begin to try to pull Mori out of this out of the rubble. It's like a lot of heavy pieces of rock that are now crushing down on top of Mori.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna look through my conditions real quick.
Bruised.
That sounds about right. Let me go grab the rest of my deck.
Yeah, missing limbs.
Oh
God.
Don't take his arm!
I haven't taken anyone's arm yet.
Yet.
It'll be the first time.
It won't be the last.
Could we graft a spider arm onto Mori?
I give Mori unrealistic expectations.
I read that book.
No, that's great expectations.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, unrealistic. No, sorry.
Did you read that book? Because I'm pretty sure it was about unreal.
I'm gonna give you a concussion, Mori.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think one of these hit you pretty bad.
Accept.
It's an annoyance. It's a jack, so it's not a bad condition. But one of these rocks pinged you up real good. So you can add your
Okay.
concussion there. Concussions are one of the most common type of head injury we can encounter. Caused by a blow to the head, the brain becomes bruised and swollen, resulting in bruising and damaged nerves and blood vessels. Individuals may experience blurred vision, nausea, dizziness, confusion, difficulty concentrating, and/or ringing in the ears. If the symptoms persist for over 15 minutes, there's a risk that the serious injury could have been sustained. So when the condition is drawn, send it to the removed pile, and to resolve this condition, you have to spend time to rest. Receiving medical help is required. So
That's a later problem.
but no big effects from this, but you will have the jack in your deck now that you have to.
You can't sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Oof.
But Aiden, you're able to pull Mori out.
You okay?
I feel a little bit rattled, but yeah, I think I'm fine.
I should have seen that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, can't blame yourself. We should have seen it too.
Do we have like communiques that are connected to the rest of the group? Like,
Yeah, I'd say you have a radio or something.
be advised, there are incoherents.
Oh boy, there are. Okay. You continue through the parking garage, keeping an eye out for additional Pokemon-based incoherence along the way.
That one was shiny.
That was shiny. You're really upset you didn't catch it.
Everything's shiny to Mori now.
You finally arrive at the other end of the parking garage. Again, you're in the lowest level. There's a stairway that leads up to the upper levels, which points Cinecorp lobby. There's a sign for the Cinecorp lobby as well. So, following up those stairs, eventually you arrive or begin to approach near the top where the door to the lobby would open. And you begin to hear the sounds of conflict, gunfire off in the distance. It's a bit more it's a bit louder here. As you approach the door, it is like more of like a metal door with a glass viewport through it, and you can see on the other side of this viewport into the lobby. There's like a short hallway, probably about 8 feet, 10 feet before it hits the main lobby, and within the lobby you can see some chaos currently running around. There are some administrators. There are it's mostly administrators and stuff kind of gathered down there. They don't seem focused on this direction. They're kind of looking all kind of near the main doors of the building. There's some wounded and stuff that have been brought in, but there is a presence here, and not in the spiritual sense.
Sneak or talk, that's our two options. I don't think we can take on an entire room of admins.
Let's just try and sneak past them. I don't want to have to talk I don't want eyes on us unless it's absolutely necessary.
All right.
And with that, I think I'm going to give everyone a public speaker bonus for the rest of the scene. Everybody gets an additional card towards the goal of going undetected.
Okay. Who wants to lead this effort?
It's
gotta be Amaris.
Yeah, we look to Amaris for guidance.
Yep.
Okay. So, here's what I am going to say. You're trying to sneak past a room full of guards, across the lobby to the stairs is where you're trying to get to? Okay.
Yeah, because as long as we get up to like second or third floor, we can at least get into the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do this as an extended check. Complicated moves that require 10 or more to complete. Yeah. Because Amaris, you're leading, it's going to be based on your stealth aptitude. So what is your stealth aptitude?
My stealth aptitude is a +3, I believe. +4 now.
Okay, +4. That means you can make up to 4 checks. And yeah, I guess the way we can do this, again, I think I'm kind of futzing with the rules here a little bit. It is a teamwork check. You're all doing this together. Yeah, I'm going to do this as all or nothing, like it is, you're all doing this together rather than each of you doing checks separately, because I think you're able to help each other. So it is going to be an extended check, high pressure scene, and high intensity scene, and we can do up to 3 rounds of it, or 4 rounds of it because of Amaris. I'm going to set the difficulty that we're trying to get through, getting across the room. Hold on, let me look at my chart here. For extended checks, I'm gonna make this a 30.
Okay. So this is gonna be stealth finesse.
Yes.
Okay. 7, 5, 6, 7. And does the public speaker give me an additional one
Yeah, you draw an additional card.
And everybody assisting can drop to 2 cards to assist.
Unless your name's Mori, because you do
Yeah.
different things for teamwork checks.
So Mori's busted.
What suit is this? Clubs?
Clubs, yeah, because it's finesse, stealth.
That is already. Let's see. I get for my stealth. Oh shit. When I'm rolling a stealth check where I'm hiding or blending into a crowd, I may reveal 2 additional cards.
Holy shit.
So I'm gonna do that as well.
What did your draw end up being? Because those cards don't count towards your draw. But what was
My draw was 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. So I did, let's see, that's 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 20. And I also drew I'm always safe in the darkness. May I draw another card, please?
I don't think you're even gonna need it, but sure.
I got 9 on my own.
Yeah.
I got
okay.
7 on my own.
Yep. Okay.
11.
Yep. All right. I should have
Oh,
said
wait,
this higher.
did we
Did we triple it?
It'd have to be
Did
like
we triple?
No, that'd be like 90, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you have to get 90.
That'll be 90.
to
Yeah, no,
triple
that's not gonna
it.
happen. Okay. Yeah. So
I mean, you
all
can-
said and done, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
We're a
23
sneaky bunch.
23 from me.
Yeah.
30,
And then,
41, and then 40.
50?
Ooh,
I have your 9, so.
yeah.
50. Damn, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna start saying the difficulty's higher.
It's because we
Dude,
always
I
do
stealth
everything
like
together is the
computer.
thing.
Well,
That's
here's
it.
the thing. The extended checks, it just says you should set the thresholds well over 14 is recommended. Nothing beyond that.
It
So I'm
seriously
just
is.
sorta-
It's because we always do everything together.
Well,
Yeah,
to
you
be
are.
fair, if Amaris's draw was lower than 7, then mine would have just been 1.
Yeah. No, I mean y'all did really good. I'm proud of you. You get with Amaris's lead. I think honestly, Amaris. So you all head out through the door. Make sure close quietly behind you. There's a bit of chaos, commotion. You peer inside, and like you can tell, there's not really anybody back towards the elevators. It's mostly towards the front of the room. I think you make the call that's just move across quietly, quickly. Not fuss around.
Stay low, yeah.
And all of you just kind of very like combat crouch, running across the room, very quietly. Not even the sound of a tennis shoe scuffing on tile as you make your way across the room, straight towards the next staircase.
I just
Can I
want
do a
like
combat roll into the stairwell?
Yes, you can do a combat roll. So you're going to roll for me, make a draw. No.
I was
What if
gonna
you
say
fucked it
like
up?
narratively like just a
No.
singular admin person's coming out of the stairwell and Aiden and Yuri just pull him back in, hand over mouth. Just
snap his neck and then yeah.
no, it's like a quick bonk to the back of the head.
Oh no.
Yeah, you make it to the next stairwell, duck inside. Nobody ever saw you were there.
Judo chop.
That was literally the coolest thing we've ever done.
Really, we've done a lot of
No,
cool things.
This
like
is like
literally,
Hitman shit.
we should have shaved our heads and gotten tattoos.
Fuck. We can do that later.
Yeah.
Mori's
already
not a
have
gamer.
tattoos.
He doesn't know what Hitman is, so he'd be like, "Whoa, we're not here to kill anyone."
No, that's not how you get silent assassin.
No, you laying it on like non-lethal is way cooler anyway. It ups the
Wait,
stakes.
so the
because
only
your
way to
victims
get-
could like wake up at any time, unless you put them in a cabinet or like if you hide the body, they're guaranteed not to be discovered. But
There's a hand that shoots out and slaps Aiden on the chest. Are we doing high or low chaos?
low chaos.
Okay.
Rocket begins to launch in the distance.
Okay. I guess next floor up, carefully peer and just looking for a cubicle, looking for anything connected to a computer server.
Oop, I'm muted. Yeah, you head in the room and kind of glance around. There are a number of cubicles in here. There are a couple of offices near the walls with windows where you can see out from. I mean, this is your classic kind of cubicle farm. This is lower level, like almost like a call center for Cenocorp. So depends on where you want to go. You can access one of the basic employee cubicles. You can go to one of the manager offices on this level. There's nobody here right now, though.
Okay. Somewhere near the back where if someone comes through a door or an elevator, they're not going to immediately see us. So.
Yeah, you head to the back of the room. Yeah, we'll see. You can go to one of like the supervisor manager offices. There's a computer there. You can shut the door, close the blinds.
All I can see is my office.
Yeah, I think that's all I can see too.
It's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
So we'll go into your boss's office because I know where that one is.
Yeah. You head to the back and close the door, pull the blinds closed as well. All four of you ducking inside. Amaris, you swing over the computer, unplug. Put the cube down, unplug the Ethernet cable, plug it into the back of your cube as a port appears on the back.
It's a moment like this that is going to make me wish I was a computer scientist instead. I'm the biggest, so I lean against the door, just in case.
Okay. You can see there is a window here. The blinds are half open. You can see outside some of the. Again, you can hear gunfire. You can hear some explosions in the distance. You can see some of the drone goes just kind of scooting by the window. Yeah, it's chaotic out there.
Should we close those?
They're like half shut already, aren't they?
Maybe.
Yeah, they were half shut. Okay. Maris.
So is this a high intensity scene? So can I take an action to recompose, or do I need to spend perseverance here?
Yeah, this is weird because it is high intensity, but you had time to recompose already, so I'll let you recompose. Because me saying right now, I guess technically it's not high intensity because if you taking the action to recompose at this moment wouldn't do shit, so it's not gonna.
Emotionally, it's high intensity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mechanics wise, I wouldn't say it's high intensity. Now, if somebody walks in that door with a gun, then it's real high.
I'm leaning against it. I'd like to see him fucking try.
If they walk through that door with a gun, you're just throwing them out the window.
Okay. So is this another extended check?
Yeah, I mean, you were trying to hack into something to the.
We're trying to basically to card access. We're
Yeah,
gonna turn
alright,
off Kalus's shit so he can't go anywhere. And ooh, other idea. Or do we take Kalus's access and give him some grunts access?
Or just not give him any access.
Or just don't give him any access at all?
You
Yeah, just revoke his
hijack
access.
Yeah, and hijack his.
So we have it.
Yes.
Instead.
So we have full access.
I'm gonna go through the supervisor's desk and find inevitably what's probably a couple of like old key cards or like blank ones.
Okay. Yeah.
But Kalis
and
is on
as you-
this. Two birds, one stone.
As you hold this open, or as you hold it up, a key card like port opens on the side of the cube for you to.
This thing's so great.
Remembering
Hey.
stuff is so cool.
You know, it'd be funny if you replace Kalus's access with Aiden's access, so when he goes to the keypad and just shows Aiden's face.
That's good.
I'm just trying to come up with ideas here.
But I think no, we
Very-
hijack his, so we take it away, and we've got it. That's, I mean,
Yeah, that gives us everything.
don't
Okay.
worry, he's gonna see my face.
Yeah. Death threat.
Okay.
I didn't say I was gonna kill him. I did
Pretty
not
sure your
say I was
mom-
gonna kill him.
If you're not, I might. And if I don't, Amaris and your mom will.
I think we should let my mom do it.
That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to put that stress on her. That seems like something you probably can't forget.
Okay, so extended check.
Yes.
Intelligence technology?
Yep. So what is your
My pull is 5.
okay.
Oh, for my technology is a 3. So
Okay. All right. No, you know what? Let's not do this extended check. Let's just do this as one check.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna set the difficulty at it. The supercomputer. I'll set it as a 14.
okay, that is a 9. Okay, I'll spend a diamond on this. We need this. I'll spend a diamond to turn Let's Tell Morbeg into club. So that's 9 plus 4 is 13, and then I get a +4 with the cube, right?
Correct. I think it was +4. Yeah.
Yeah, +4. So that's 17.
Okay, you got it. So you get log into security, employee access, access card databases, logs, going through. You revoke. So you're putting essentially CEO like highest clearance on this badge that you have. And you are finding calyces and revoking access to it. What you find is that I'll give you one extra thing on this as you revoke Kalis's access. Kalis is currently on the top floor. Is currently in the boardroom, floor 91.
He's on top floor. Okay. So, I guess we can take the elevator up to...
What did we say about what did we say about elevators earlier?
You should never use an elevator during an emergency.
It's a good point. I heard Val say something about elevators, like
Their keycard access.
Oh, that was if we were
only.
going to turn off the power.
Gotti. All right. Before we go into the elevator, can Mori just sweep the room and grab like an office plant, like a desk plant of some sort?
Okay. There's a small ficus.
I'm going to take the ficus.
Okay.
That's
It's a
stealing.
useful
Mori.
tool that we'll use later.
Mori is adopting a ficus.
Okay.
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 All right. You head across the room to the elevators.
Mm-hmm.
Swipe your key card and climb inside. And then what floor are you going to?
57 was the one for the rockets shit, right?
That is correct.
Ooh, should we go to 56 and then take the stairs so we don't just pop out on that floor with a bunch of people?
Yeah, that seems fair.
Do that. Yeah, let's do that.
This is where my Rainbow Six brain is like, okay, I'll get my heartbeat sensor out, look at the ceiling and find Kalis, and then throw the C4 up there.
You been playing Lost Siege, RJ?
I just remember my time playing Siege. That's all.
you climb into the elevator, swipe the key card, and it accepts the access. Seems like your hack worked, and it heads up to begins heading up to floor 57. As you approach floor 57, elevator sort of ding 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 ding, like as it's going. No big deal. You feel that whoosh as it continues up. With very little, with no warning at all, the elevator shudders to a stop, and the lights inside go out.
Well, that's not good.
And then there's like the doof of like backup lights as the red emergency lights around the edge click on. And you look at the indicator and it doesn't currently give the indication of which floor you're on. It keeps flashing back and forth between 45 and 46. And there's like a little like TV monitor which has like Cinecourt, which had all the floors and stuff on it, that like touch sensor they used to press the floor you go onto. It flashes for a moment, and a picture appears on it, video feed, and you see a familiar face on the video feed. You see Ego.
For those of you in chat listening, Savannah just opened the door and he screamed, "Son of a bitch."
And the
I'm glad I was off camera for the moment the elevator stopped, because it's literally one of my worst nightmares.
He kind of looks over all of you for a second and gives a sigh and says, "I really should have known it was going to be the four of you. I thought we had an arrangement."
We decided it didn't work for us.
That's not really how agreements work, Aiden.
Sure it is. I'm pretty sure I can.
A gigantic rocket kind of changes things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can revoke any agreement I want when a rocket is about to be launched into my city.
Okay.
Not that somebody with that many
Well,
hands knows anything about consent, but
Wow, throwing around a lot of accusations at Grimm. I will pass that along.
you know, it's just a lot of stuff is coming back to me today.
Right.
In the background, Mori is examining the ceiling, looking for an emergency hatch of some sort.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are some panels on the ceiling. You might need a boost to push them up, but
He's gonna like nudge Yuri and like pull him over.
Yuri's just gonna lean against the wall, kind of give a little squat so Mori can get like a foot up on his knee and then shoulder to get to the top.
Yeah, as this conversation continues, this is what we're doing.
Can I move Aiden? Can I like just subtly nudge Aiden over to like
Fill the camera
block
screen.
the video so Aiden's like bulk covers the video screen?
Yep.
So that you can't see Mori going straight up.
you know that the camera, that's not how. That's fine. You all do what you want to do.
This
That's-
is Ocean's 11 comedy of errors.
It's
Yes.
not really
God.
it's not really safe, Maury, but you know what? You just go for it. All right.
What do you want?
I really want you all to leave more than anything,
Why?
because you're interrupting
What?
stuff. It's not
If you're
really
gonna
for
enter
me-
into agreements with people, you gotta give them some semblance of information that make them not want to immediately break them.
Okay. All right. Kalis has been working on this for a while. I've been helping Kalis working on this for a while from the shadows without Kalis really knowing. And we just really need this to get to a certain point, and then we'll stop it. So don't worry about it, okay?
Oh no, now I'm super worried about it. How long have you been working with Kalis?
It's iffy. Like directly with Kalis?
Sure, let's start there.
Couple years.
Okay, what about before that?
What about before what?
You said directly a couple of years, but you also said you'd been sort of working with him from the shadows for a while. So how long's that been going on?
No. The from the shadows is the Kalis doesn't even know I exist.
Do you know what he did to me?
No. What did he do to you?
I found out some things about his work, and he had me shot.
Damn.
Killed, even. Right in the head. Generally bad. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but...
You are a doctor.
You have a doctorate.
I have a doctorate?
You do. It was in your file.
Right. I'm a
I
doctor.
think you have 2. actually.
So pretty bad.
That sucks, man. I really feel for you. That really doesn't change what I'm doing, though.
You know he's launching a rocket, right? Like a completely unauthorized launch of a rocket that's gonna send our entire world into chaos and disarray.
Yeah.
That felt weird to say.
Who do you think gave him the idea for the rocket?
That's what I was trying to get to. It's really easy to get you guys to admit to shit, huh?
I'm just trying, I'm trying for a little transparency here so that maybe you will just kind of back off, go do your own thing, know that we've got it under control.
Okay,
You
so
give me one good reason why we back off.
Because you are
want
currently in
this-
an elevator that I have control of.
Okay,
Has
just
Mori
let
managed
me-
to open the hatch yet?
Amazing.
Yeah, Mori, you.
All right, so he's gonna be like scrambling up there, and then once he's up, he's gonna like point down at the ficus, like give me the ficus.
Give me the ficus. I need the ficus.
Starting to think Mori might have just
Amazing.
had a mental break and thinks the ficus is one of us.
Amaris is just gonna cut in with you and be like, so okay, let me see if I can follow from what I've picked up so far. You want the satellite to go up. You want the satellite to go up because you want to have access to any of these chipped incoherence.
Oh, no. We want the rocket to go up. I don't care about the satellite.
What did you put on
Then
the
you
rocket?
lost me.
Something fun.
What did you put on the rocket?
Something I've been working on for a long time, and I feel like if I tell you, you're just gonna get real angry, so I'm not gonna tell you.
I'm already pretty pissed, buddy.
Right. Something very special. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Involves turning a bunch of people into parslings.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. So here's what I'm gonna do. Ed and Mori, you're on top of the elevator with your ficus.
Yep.
Are you gonna pry open the door and then put the ficus in?
You can see the ledge for the next floor. You're kind of between floors right now. You can see like the ledge for the next floor a little bit above you, and there's like a little bit of a lip, and then the metal doors there for the.
Like which floor were we trying to get to? Was it the next one or was it farther up?
Oh no, farther
Farther
up.
up.
You guys were on like I think I
We
said
like-
like 45 right now. You're trying to
Yeah,
get up
we
to
need to be at
57.
57.
Right. Okay. As he says, here's what we're gonna do. Mori pokes his head down and says, "Are you guys still talking? Do you want to get out of here or what?"
Mori, as you say that, you hear a clicking noise.
Fuck.
And you hear, you look around and you see on the four corners of the elevator, there are these metal like latches that just sort of like flip up in pairs, like and Ego says, "I'm not stupid enough to think this is probably going to kill you, but I'm going to revoke your elevator access. and you hear a click, and Mori, you feel the ficus begin to lift up out of your hands as the elevator underneath you begins to fall.
Two hands jutting outwards, grabs Amaris and Aiden by the shoulders. Parse.
Yeah, can I reach down and also parse?
Yeah, you can reach down and
Just
try
reach
to
up.
parse too.
I want to reveal to you guys what exactly I was planning on doing with the goddamn pike.
I need to know.
I kind of
Well,
desperately need to know.
Obsessed.
I have access to a brand new aspect. And it's a
Speak with
it's a
Ficus.
trick tree thing. It's not technically a part of my word pool. But I'm going to invoke the word bloom to make it grow.
Okay, I thought that's what you're gonna do.
Really big tree.
So
Really
is
big
Mori
tree.
going to lead this parse then?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Essentially creating a plant to... It sounds like you want the plant to grow and kind of grab on all of you, so all of you don't go falling 40-something floors to your death.
Yes.
Conversely, can it grab onto the elevator?
Well,
It might be able to hold the elevator in place too.
my
but-
general plan was for it to grab all of us and actually, like, as growing, like, take us with a
The
new
rest of the way
elevator.
up.
Plant elevator.
Plant
Plant
elevator.
elevator.
Plant
That's some
elevator.
berry shit. Chat says Mori and the
That's
beanstalk, and that's incredible.
Yes.
Okay. That'll probably be a little more spicy.
Okay.
Let
Sorry, do you
me-
think beans are spicy?
Depends on how you season them.
It's true.
Beans look good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you
Parse.
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 Yeah,
more you
possibly be
parse-
True. I have at least 2 doctorates.
All right. Time
Cool.
begins to slow as all of you feel the elevator kind of lurching underneath you as you go into free fall. And as you make contact with each other, time slows down. The parse that you're looking for, I definitely think this is going to be a grand parse.
I accept that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like we need to lower this one, or should we save that for something else?
What's the threshold for a grand?
21.
What suit are we looking at?
Conduct.
Yeah, because you're looking to, like an enchantment to affect the plant. To superpower the
So
plant.
hearts.
Yes.
It might
We can-
be not useful in this, or useless in this, so
I
Have
think
you
we
been
should
getting rid of your
save the
hearts?
lowering it thing.
yeah.
Maybe save it for
Well, the
another one.
lowering thing is once per scene, so
Yeah, I don't really know what the beginning and ends of the scenes
Of
are
the
right
scenes.
Well, it
now.
also,
'cause it's-
one of us
Yeah.
has to spend 2 on it as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
So
okay.
Yeah,
maybe
you
we
do have to
save
spend
that.
the 2.
Which I have
syllables.
6 right now, so
I
Yeah.
only
I mean-
have 2,
And if I
so
can
I'm
find
not
a
gonna
snack,
be that
I can-
extra.
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, scenes are pretty frequent. Like the scene getting up the elevator is different from the scene when you were in the
scenes are
like-
very nebulous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. Like, if you do this now, it doesn't cross off your ability to do it for the rest of the
Mission.
It just costs
mission.
extra too.
Okay.
But
Right.
yeah, you guys are gonna have to spend a lot
If
of
we,
syllables right now.
it's 2 syllables a piece, right? It's not just one person
Yeah.
can spend them. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that would put Amaris down to 0.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
no syllables
yeah,
still.
let's not do that.
We're gonna wanna. I think we're gonna wanna hold on to those for a bit.
Not bad.
Well, but also if we parse now, Amaris is not going to be able to do it. 'Cause she's
Well,
only got
also,
one
all
left.
of you
I
don't
could
have to
spend-
contribute to
if
the
we-
parse.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is
That's
that
enough.
if we tried to do it later and we were all going to have to spend 2, Amaris wouldn't be able to contribute. So it puts us down to difficulty, but also down a person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could I not contribute at all? Maybe
Yeah,
I just don't
you don't
contribute
have
this
to
one?
contribute. Yeah, everyone doesn't have to contribute.
Okay.
All right. Why don't I set this one out?
Especially if you are planning on doing the lowering the difficulty, that puts it to 14, and 3 of you can probably crush
The
a 14.
3 of you could do 14. Yeah.
Yeah. I can spend syllables like candy.
Do it.
Or all of you, because all of you have like
We
over
all have
5.
pretty good hearts.
at this point.
I have
Syllables.
6 and I'm full, and I have a trick that lets me get them back.
Yeah, you just have to eat
Do
some
it.
paint.
This will
Cool.
bump
It's
me
not
down
paint.
I don't.
Did you
eat
bring some
paint.
I
yellow
have
runts
never
with you?
eaten paint.
to some
I've never eaten
uranium.
paint.
Just for
Intentionally.
reference, this will bump me down to 2 syllables left.
Okay. All right.
I'm a 4.
All right. You all spend your syllables. So we're putting this at a 14 for
Boca.
grand parse.
Boca.
Mori, what is your draw?
My draw is it's gonna be my total enchantment, right?
Yes, as your
So that'll be
enchantment.
5.
Plus 1 for each of the people that's contributing. So 7.
So yeah.
And Aiden and Yuri can each draw 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have to contribute words.
Oh yeah, let's do words. So we've got bloom.
Bloom.
I will plug in freedom.
Nice.
I
like
will
that.
put in split, since it's going for multiple
Oh.
targets at once.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Like split, it's multiplying on its way. It's less like one living plant, but it's like continuing to bloom and grow as it ascends
Budding.
you up the tower. Yeah.
Bloom and grow.
And then this is where we find out this is a rubber ficus.
Yeah. It's,
I thought of that and I was like, it doesn't matter, it's a parse.
yeah.
Exactly.
You make it real, and then you. I do like the idea of you clogging up this elevator with a big rubber ficus, though, that you've made grow.
Okay. I currently have in my hand, without having spent anything just yet, because I have a couple of diamonds I could spend if I need to. I currently have 7. What have you got for me? The rest of
You're
you.
muted, Ben.
Heard that.
I have 4. Without doing
I've got
anything.
7.
So it's 11.
Yeah, I've got 6.
All right.
So
So let's not
17.
spend anything extra.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're good.
We've done it.
And I get
All
to
right.
put these cards back.
So are you just grabbing the 4 of you and doing? Or are you trying to grab the elevator too?
No,
Like,
let it go.
yeah.
Who cares?
They can afford to replace it, I think.
The elevator, Amaris, you feel the elevator lurching underneath you, and in a flash, there is this like this vine has wrapped around you and Yuri and Aiden, and pulled you all seamlessly through the top of this elevator. And the elevator goes falling beneath you. You can just hear Ego laughing as it does, and the this massive ficus now forms. The vines kind of forming underneath you. I'd say like one huge leaf forms as a base for all of you to stand on, and the ficus continues to split and bloom and push upwards, as much slower than the elevator, but faster than taking the stairs. It begins to grow upwards through the shaft.
I ascend.
There's a low whistle from Mori as he watches the elevator fall, and he's like, that is a major safety violation.
That's an OSHA violation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they can afford to fix it.
You alright,
I'm
Amaris?
okay.
That was awesome.
I don't like heights.
It's okay.
Yep,
Takes
don't look down.
Amaris's face, turns it to Aiden.
Hi.
Let's see, which floor are we going to again?
57.
7.
Alright, we're passing 49 now, so not much farther.
You know, in narrative hindsight, this would have been a lot more terrifying if we were on floor 47.
There's 50.
Just think about like 57 little black kittens. Like a big void.
There's 51. Yeah, see, it'll be soon.
Did we want to stop at 56?
Yes, we do.
Oh yeah, stop at 56.
We do that.
As you are heading up and you begin to approach floor 56,
Oh, is this long enough for us to recompose?
yeah, it's long enough for you to recompose.
I got a question. When you recompose,
Is the
do you
girl
take
from
your...
Ipanema still playing as we
Oh my
ascend?
god.
Do
That's
you
what I'm
mean-
doing.
minor
in-
key.
Do you mean tree compose?
Hey.
All right, two things. One, you were asking something about recomposing. What's the you had a rules question.
When do removed cards go back in your deck?
When you recompose, you put your remove cards back.
Got you.
Wounds do not go back on a recompose, right?
Wounds don't go back. No.
Yeah. I'm not gonna recompose, but can I shove a granola bar down my gullet real quick?
Yes.
Constitute a meal for potential.
Okay.
You can only do that 3 times a day.
Well, I'd like to be topped up.
All right. That
Don't
was
know
your
that today
second
we're
meal.
gonna get the chance to eat again.
Yeah, that's your second meal for day. As the
Is
the
there
vines
anything
begin.
in here that reminds me of any of my words?
There's a ficus underneath you. Does a ficus remind you of any of your words?
Relief.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Are you misinterpreting like relief?
It's not misinterpreting. You can interpret the words however you want.
It's not
I mean,
misinterpreting. It's just
But I'm saying if you interpret like
reinterpreting.
misspelling, like LEAF.
No, I meant relief like the relief that I'm not falling to my death.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
No, I didn't even think
Good.
of that.
That's actually a trick, and yeah, it was
Hmm.
one that I
What else do
thought
I
maybe
have?
Yuri could take.
Real- Can I
Seemed
Just-
appropriate.
take a bite out of Mori because he had a brilliant plan?
And there may be something. There are small kitchenettes on each floor. I'm sure you can grab something from
I'll
the,
keep
from the break.
looking.
From the break room.
I'll keep
However-
looking. I'm so glad I took this trick. It's literally the funniest thing in the world to me.
As
It's
the
so great.
plant's vines drumming on the metal makes a melodic sound that almost sounds like "Girl from Ipanema." There's actually light coming in from outside. There's the external wall for the elevators is this like big glass panel that you can see outside from. And I mean, you're very high up. You can see all throughout the city. And you can also see smoke rising over the water from the launch pad.
A fire in the sky.
As
singing
the you hear a roaring sound as the rocket begins to fire up.
Well, that's not good.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
And you see these like big arms like on the side of the rocket that are beginning to unclamp and push off to the sides.
It still takes a couple
The,
minutes for a rocket to go.
Takes 8 minutes for a rocket to reach space.
Mhm.
And the whole rocket shudders. You see waves cast off towards the shoreline as the rocket begins to launch, and you reach floor 56. Unless you want to go to floor 57 now.
Maybe we just go to 57
go.
now, since
Let's
it's
just
in
go.
the air.
yeah.
All right.
I think
And-
Aiden has
We
this
don't
out of
have
body.
enough time for this.
Yeah, I think Aiden does have this like tiny out of body experience and goes. It takes 8 minutes for a rocket to reach space.
Yeah, so straight to floor 57 then. I think we should just keep going.
Yuri is holding out hope beyond hope that he'll see like a laser of light hit the rocket.
You
Deus Ex Gilgamesh. Come on.
yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Goddamn. Okay, I need to.
The rocket's
we need to-
going up this way, and King just goes just threw it on a stone tower.
Actually, there's something else that happens around that same time. Thank you for reminding me, RJ. Yuri, you look outside and you notice something else. There is like a huge flock of birds that is is kind of soaring over the city. Like they've been kicked up around the city and pushing and being soaring away. And you feel this like sensation as me is recalled to you. And because me can just do that anytime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not like me died. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No, if me dies, me dies.
Yeah. As me, that's the only way I can think to get me back to you. So, me is recalled to you, and you feel this me's voice in your head that he's here. And
Yuri turns his head creepily to Amaris, Aiden, and Mori. There is, the first time ever, a toothy, wiry smile across his face. They're here.
And you watch as near the shoreline, within a park outside that is just on the edge of Central Ward, a hole opens up in the ground, and an enormous crystalline snake comes emerging from the ground, uncoiling and fully like extending itself. Like Gilgamesh is almost at eye level with your group.
I love him.
And begins to kind of like as it coils and it kind of settles itself on the shoreline, the light glistening off of Gilgamesh, reflecting in a million directions, beams of prismatic colors and rainbows cascading off of him. Gilgamesh turns his attention towards the rocket, and you watch as that light begins to refract until suddenly you see something impact the side of Gilgamesh, who is then kind of thrown back. And you see smaller shapes as these massive fissures begin to open up in space around Gilgamesh. And you see another figure cowled and hovering in the air, as it seems that Mag and Grim have intercepted Gilgamesh at this point. And you also watch as the prismatic rainbows are intercepted by these like perfect, almost house-sized bubbles that are beginning to form through the air and like connecting and forming like a dome around Gilgamesh too, which you can only assume is Mellow's ability. But the three of them have intercepted Gilgamesh and are currently battling the massive serpent.
He's only got, what, 10,000 years on them?
Give or take.
At least they're distracted right now.
The leaf that you are riding on reaches floor 57, and with a ding, the elevator doors open.
This is gun. It's here, it's ready.
And you are currently looking out into there's like a viewing room at the top of what is probably the big, like, again, think NASA like launch room, kind of the amphitheater with all of the computer terminals and big screens on the far side. You can see images of the launch, some from the rocket, some from near the rocket, some that have gone like staticky. And you step into this room, and from this viewing window you can see the room is entirely empty, except for a few figures standing in front of the monitors at the far end of the room. And as from you all looking down from this viewing window with your weapons held in hand, you see Ego standing in front of the computer terminals, who turns to look up from the monitor to face you with just a slight wave. And flanking Ego, you see three other figures. Some you recognize, some you don't, all of which Mori recognizes. you see Ruby. And Mori, you see Tag and Lennox standing with and turning slowly to face you and looking in your direction as the rocket begins to ascend. And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
I think your sister's going to have to break up with her.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say my sister is so breaking up with you.
So, this is not our finale. I think next session will be our finale.
2 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go 2 weeks. So unfortunately, we will not have a session of Parslings next week. We may take the week off. We may do something else. Who knows? But we will be returning in 2 weeks for the finale. Why is it every time I do a finale, we have to take a week off right before it? I feel like this happens like
happening.
every time. I don't know.
For a while there, it's because we were bi-weekly, but
yeah. But yeah. So dramatic happenings.
I need everyone to stay at this level for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I need everyone to be at this level for the next 2 weeks. No.
Oh, they're fucking with Snake Dad. Yuri's furious.
So I think we'll have a big battle, and then there will be some epilogue stuff as well as we get ready for season 2. And again, I don't plan on there being a gap between season 1 and season 2. We're just going to kind of roll right into it, but there will be some epilogue and some other stuff that kind of happens in between, some downtime, which we really haven't had in this game yet. So, but yeah, let's do our end of set. I'll switch to something more peppy. There we go. Let's do our end of session questions. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
Yes.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Mori sure did.
Yeah.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
So many
So many
things.
So many goddamn things.
Did we learn something about one of the hunters?
Aiden learned everything about himself.
Like a lot of things.
Okay, I found the actual list. Those are just burned into my brain now.
I'll live there forever.
Attendance. Each character is present. Gains a script.
Damn, I
we
wish
got
I'd been here.
Each character who's learned something new or experienced character growth gains a script. Definitely Aiden.
Can I have more than one?
No, but you definitely, that script is important.
Okay,
You spend it wisely.
I will.
Heroism. Character who commits heroic feats of survival and persistence with the intent of saving others and granting others a few precious moments of respite.
I
gains
got
one
Mori in the
script.
tree has got to get something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just so
Yeah.
good.
that was very good. That was a great idea. Again, I had the elevator thing in mind. I was like, I'm just going to drop them down an elevator shaft and see what they do. And y'all just had the perfect plan for that.
Like,
Perfect
honestly,
plant for that.
Hey.
Well, the tree, I was gonna use it in the stairwell, just to make it faster, because I was like, I don't want to go up all those stairs. And then I was all like, oh
I use
no.
the elevator.
Do you see
Yeah.
there's a tree in the elevator shaft? Nature is healing.
That's one of those things to all GMs out there. Just trust your players. Drop them off cliffs or elevator shafts and assume that
They'll
they'll
figure it
find
out.
a way out of it. They'll figure it out. Put them
Assume
in
that the
danger.
ficus is there for a reason.
Remember, GMs, death is also an answer.
What if y'all had just hit the ground and died and then turned incoherent and risen from the ashes, heading back up to kill the rest?
We're incoherent, and now it's your problem.
Okay. Each character presents a plan or solution that drastically alters the fate of the party, gains one script.
So much planning.
Yeah, y'all.
So
are
much
planning today.
planning.
Yeah. Grave failure.
Mori.
We had
One of
Mori.
those. We had a critical success too with Yuri, right?
Yeah. Did you end up doing that to get the crit success on blowing up the?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so yeah, crit success there too. Boy, we hitting everything. Achieving goals. Anyone get a goal today?
Maybe next session.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next session.
I would anticipate everybody, whoever's got a goal, would hopefully be able to achieve that next session.
Oh.
As the end of our season 1 stuff.
New
Purple.
short-term goal is to defenestrate someone.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. That sounds more like wish category.
Yeah.
stuff.
Which category? Okay, I'll say that for me.
Yeah. Okay, and let's do Stars Wishes quotes. Van, you want to go first?
Sure. My star. I'm not gonna say Mori in the tree because I think that's the easiest answer, and everybody's gonna give a star to Mori in the tree because it's really incredible. No, my star is going to go to I think it's to Amaris, and this is such a small detail, but I think it's so fun, is Amaris being afraid of heights. And like, out of everything that was going on and everything we had just been through and seen that day and everything that was going on with the tree, it was just like, I'm afraid of heights. It was just such a really great, like, genuine character moment, and I loved it. And as terrified as Amaris was, it brought me a lot of joy. As someone who is not afraid of heights in the slightest. But yeah, I don't know, it got me. And I enjoyed that. My wish is I want to shoot Kalis in his fucking forehead.
Okay. Can do.
He can already be dead, I don't care. I just,
Double tap.
I would love it if he was still alive. But, yeah. Aiden's pissed.
Awesome.
That he tried,
anything
once again,
else?
he tried to do the right thing. And it bit him in the ass. Is he ever gonna learn from that?
No.
No.
boy.
No.
He's a good boy.
That's, I mean, what do we do? Something, Mr. Wayne. Get back
Why do we
up.
fall?
Why do we fall,
Yeah.
Mr. Wayne?
Yeah, that one.
Mr. Wayne, I don't understand why you're still stuck under this. What were all those push-ups for, Mr. Wayne?
So Michael.
Thank you, man.
I'll go next.
RJ.
Stars and wishes. Star. Oh god, a lot of good stuff happened. You know what? I'm gonna star something little as well. I'm gonna star Aiden for being a reference bro. We had Hitman. We had Dishonored.
Immediately went down the Dishonored track with you.
A little bit of lore that Aiden and Yuri play video games as well as watch movies together.
I bet they sit around and play like Hitman and Dishonored and stuff, and like like every level they trade the controller.
Trade off, yeah.
And then they play it again, but they do it the opposite way so they can play the levels they didn't get to play.
And then, God, there's so much replay value because then they do low chaos and then do high chaos.
And they try to get the ghost mode thing, so there's like a lot of saves coming.
Yeah. There's a lot of yelling of, how did he detect me? I was in the shadows.
The door was closed.
Maybe it was the body you dropped behind him. Oh, maybe. You all know my wish. It's to throw someone out a window.
I love it.
Can I shoot him first?
I
and then you can throw him
volunteer
out a
as
window?
tribute. Throw me out the window.
That's his
God,
kink.
That
Actually,
reminds me of me reading the other day of, oh no, don't shoot me in the leg again. That's my
Just
If
the
we're still
person who's
going-
like, I did not say that.
You did not say that.
That's forever the quote that I will tribute to Mori, though. The one I never said.
Chat.
if we're
So-
still going with the we're gonna kill our characters off here, I want to tackle someone through a window.
tackle
we're on, like,
me
a-
through a window, but not me, but me.
Please don't
Me,
kill your
Aiden.
characters off.
Because
Please
then
don't
we'll
do
see
that.
which one of us survives, and
Oh, that's true.
then we get
We'll see
to
who's
name the other
tankiest.
person's character.
It's all going to be, if you all tackle each other through a window, then it's just going to be who lands on the bottom. Because no matter what distance you fall from, it's as long as you get caught, you're fine.
That would be the real like turmoil, is because Aiden and Yuri would want to save each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just both
just-
hit the ground side by side.
I just imagine the finale like, all right, I guess we're gonna do this. Someone loads a bullet inside of a fucking revolver, spins it, puts it on the table. Who's gonna name the new character?
All I can think of now, all I'm
What?
thinking of for Aiden and Yuri is the scene from The Other Guys where they're like,
Aim for the bushes.
I hate it. I hate it.
Chat has asked, can this be an actual stream somehow? And I'm assuming they mean Aiden and Yuri playing Dishonored and/or Hitman.
Not asking if this stream could go back to being a stream. No.
Yeah, which no, it can't.
You could probably make that work.
I'm sure y'all can
could
figure
probably.
that out.
We are joking about killing off our characters, by
Yes.
I know you are.
No way.
We would never do that on
Oh,
purpose
Nets.
unless it was narratively interesting.
the way. Yeah.
That's fair.
None of us here would ever do that on purpose.
No. I can go my star. So it's not, I mean, obviously, yes, the tree was amazing, but it was really the lead up to the tree that got me the best of just like us freaking out. Oh my God, it's Ego. Like getting in Ego's face, yelling at the video screen, and just my cinematic brain in the background is just, you know, just out, just kind of blurry in the background. It's Mori. Give me the ficus. Like just.
Whereas, like, I know what's coming here. I'm either about to get shot in the leg or this elevator's about to drop. And either way, I'd rather be up here.
Oh God, the elevator's
Ego's-
gonna take my leg.
No, but it'd been hilarious though. Maury gets to the top of the elevator thinking it's about to drop. Ego's standing there with a gun pointed to Maury's leg.
That's what I
Damn it.
expected with the click. I was like,
That's what I
"There's a-
thought too.
There's a gun on me right now.
I am gonna shoot you in the leg again, just so this can actually turn into a bit.
Oh my God.
Boy, was that your wish too, Marcus? I lost track.
No, my wish is also no. So this is a little elaborate, but my wish is to shoot Kalis like somewhere in the abdomen, somewhere extremely painful, so that he falls, and then Aiden can shoot him in the head.
I'm just putting shooting Kalis as a general wish right now.
Yeah.
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 And it's a very specific order of operations we're going for.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Because
sure
right
y'all can
before
work
he
it out.
does die from the headshot, Yuri's gonna throw him out the window.
Uh-huh.
So we're just waiting for Mori's piece of that puzzle.
Well, Mori / Wings, your starter wishes.
My star is gonna go to Val for this is a great like ramp up towards the end, like all of the mechanics that you've mentioned wanting to like focus on and get those in, like we've been doing extended checks and just like everything seems to be coming together so nicely. The fucking snake coming out of the ground, Gilgamesh, like just like good storytelling, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. That's my star.
Thank you.
Stars and wishes. I wish. What do I wish? We're all wishing like ills on Kalis, right?
Yes.
I wish.
I would like to add survive our fight against Ego, Ruby, and Lennox, by the way. That's
And
a
Tag.
wish. And Tag.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I feel like that goes without saying. Here's my wish for Kalis. I wish that he goes to a coffee shop and the barista says, "Enjoy your coffee," and he says, "You too." And then also we shoot him in the leg a bunch. And then,
Okay, so that's actually that one
that's
has
the
to happen
plan.
first. Okay, so
yeah,
the
shoot him in the leg,
Starbucks.
shoot him in the
The
abdomen.
Starbucks is on the 30th floor of the building for some reason. Go with me.
There can be more than one Starbucks in this building.
There's
then
definitely a
throw him out a
Starbucks
window.
in the boardroom floor. Yeah, so definitely.
Orders a coffee, says you too, goes, psychic damage.
Shoots in the
Mori
leg.
shoots
And
him
then
throw
he
him out
gets
the
shot.
window.
Shoot him in the
Shoot him in
stomach.
the head on the way down.
Yes.
And then the barista like
got
takes
the
their
window.
apron and then slams it on the ground because they are not
Can we
paid
get
enough for
another
this
script
shit.
for this plan? Is that just for next time?
Boy. We'll figure it
So
out.
yeah, all of that. I don't know. I probably ought to think about what I'm gonna do about like the whole Ego and all my friends situation.
That's a next session.
That's a
Maury.
next session. Yeah, no, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I can do that.
Y'all got time. Well, I'm excited to see what happens and how everything turns out and who survives. I'm gonna give the quote today to. I'll go to. God, Yuri one saying "they're here" is very good. Very. What was I gonna say? Poltergeist. I'll give it to Amaris for "You Always Have a Choice."
We match. Wait,
Hey.
wait.
Oh yeah, Aiden, you have one too that says I always have a choice.
Is that the same quote then? Because I was saying it to Aiden. You always have a choice.
That's
It's
why I
matchy,
laughed when
matchy,
you said
but, like,
it.
Yeah,
It's
was like, you sound like
narratively
me.
perfect.
it is beautiful.
It is narratively beautiful.
You sound like
Yeah,
me.
as long as you don't have a quote that already says that, perfect. I love it.
Amazing.
No, I was just very excited
Um,
that we match now.
Yeah, I do too. I'm debating whether maybe in like season 2 we erase our quotes and start fresh.
Oh, that could be fun. Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking about doing that. Otherwise, y'all
That
are
could
just
be
gonna
really
have a
fun.
deck full of quotes. And
Yeah.
I was beginning to realize that.
yeah.
No, that could be really fun.
I think season 2 we erase our quotes and we start fresh on them.
I like
'cause
that.
think that would be a really great.
I bought the 500 card pack sleeve, so here we go.
Yeah,
That's
I'm ready.
That's what it's about.
Awesome. Well, that's going to be it. So thank you everyone out there for watching. We will be back in 2 weeks to pick everything back up for our finale of season 1. And then we'll be back the week after that to continue. But we're all excited to see how this all wraps up. Join us in the meantime. I think our next stream is going to be on Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be playing more of the Dragon Age tabletop RPG in our game Red Jenny. Come hang out with us there and join us everywhere else in the meantime. Does anyone have anything else before we go? What are your other announcements?
Oh, can we go raid the Indoor Adventures? They're having their first episode of a Ghostbusters game.
We sure can.
Ooh, do it.
The lovely art by DanaeKeener.com.
Pull them up real quick.
Not yet.
I'll vamp until Van has what he needs. I'm thinking about if there's anything else to plug this week, but I really don't. We'll see what we end up doing next week because, like I said, we may do video game streams, we may do something else. So we'll come up with a plan in the meantime, or just take the week off, take the day off. You good over there, tech bro?
Yeah, I was making sure I was spelling it right.
All right. Well, thank you everyone out there for watching. Thank you to my lovely players for being awesome and making this game a joy to run as always. We will see everyone in 2 weeks. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.